time, we did a lot of damage to the dragon, chipping a lot of Chardolin off of the body. And while we found it was resistant to most spells, um, it eventually ended up fleeing to East Haven. Uh, Elda and Grin tried to teleport onto the back of it as it turned tail and flew away, but were unsuccessful, escaping, fortunately, with both of their lives relatively unscathed. And everyone finished the session by banding together and getting ready to take the long trek through the snowy wilderness to the next town with a race against time to catch up to the dragon before it did any more damage.
Cool. All right. All right, we're going to pick up right where we left off. As long as we're not in combat, by the way, most of this will happen in real time. Of course, unless we do rests or stuff like that.
All right, so what's the plan? We should probably get moving because I don't think that dragon's going to stop, so neither should we.
I mean, the only way we're going to catch it or even be close to keeping up is if we're flying.
I can I can summon a steed. That's actually no, I cannot. I'm out of spell slots. Never mind.
That sucks.
If we could get one person to track it, and then we could teleport to it once we rest up and recharge the timepiece.
Oh, we Statue of Wondrous Power.
But do we want to split the party that much?
Well,
This would.
You do have a giant owl.
Yeah, we have a polymorph.
I would not suggest anyone engages the dragon. Just track where it is so that we can get to it when we're rested.
Brother, you don't have sending, do you?
I have one left, but that's my last slot.
I mean, it might. I don't even know if the speaker of East Haven's actually at East Haven because we talked to him at Bryn Shadar, but
Yep.
we know that
And-
East Haven.
Just FYI, the giant owl's flight speed, like most creatures, is slower than the dragon's flight speed, just as a heads up.
Mm-hmm.
But faster than our trudging through the snow speed.
Definitely faster. Definitely faster. Yeah. But it's got a flight of 60.
Honor, you don't have polymorph, do you?
I have one. I do.
Z does as well.
It would be safer for me to do it than Z, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could even have two people polymorphed into like giant eagles or something.
What's the fastest thing you can fly?
I would have to think on that a little bit, aka I would have to look it up. But the issue, I think, the main issue is that polymorph only lasts for an hour. So wherever I am in an hour, I would, whoever we decided to polymorph, in an hour when they turn back, they're stuck wherever they are.
That's right.
Yeah, but we could have people ride them, and if we have like you could polymorph me and someone else, and we could fly maybe with a person or two on our back if we're big, and that would get us. That's an hour of significantly faster travel than if we were to just walk.
We should be walking and talking about this, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I assumed we were.
Yeah, you guys start walking in the direction the dragon was flying, I assume. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. Yep.
Also, I'm going to, since I have the Sword of Answering out, I'm just going to ask it to turn into a greatsword.
Okay. Yeah. You ask the sword answer to turn into his greatsword?
Yes.
Yeah, it does nothing right now.
Rude.
Just for shits and giggles, as we're walking through the town, I'll pull out Lalo's map real quick.
I put my shield away.
Yeah, it's the same as before. Once you're in the overland area, it still has the same. It still shows you that there are glowing items, but apparently you're not close enough for any of them to like give you like discernible direction or even like what they actually are. But
Okay.
there's several blips up though.
Is there one that's particularly closer?
No, because they're all in. There's one that's definitely like brighter than the others, but they don't give you the exact direction until you get closer to it. However, if you do study the map, which you wouldn't be able to necessarily do right now if you're trying to track the dragon, unless you have it out. If your plan is to have it out, you can track things as they get as you start moving in different directions. It's actually going to glow brighter. You just have to be actively tracking it. So if you want to actively trap the map, absolutely.
So the giant eagle has a. So no, you know, I wouldn't have that meta knowledge.
Well, I was going to say, I think like when Henri goes through it, she'll look at it. But yeah, it does have to have a challenge rating equal to or lower than you. That's how polymorph works. So
Well, giant eagle is definitely one of the options.
yeah,
That's honestly the one I would want to go for. We could even have two polymorphs and a, figure of power going. The giant owl. That I think would cover everyone.
it's a good question. I thought giant eagles were 2 people max. I think that's right. Am I wrong on that?
I
I've
think
never
it's two
seen him
people.
ridden more than
Two.
more than 2.
2 people or a wizard and 3 hobbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably just has a weight capacity.
Does it even say? Let's see.
Its strength is 16.
What size is it?
I might even be wrong. It might actually be 1 person. But hold on, let me just see.
It is large.
So I think the strength and size of it give it a certain number, and if it's encumbered, it can't fly or something like that, or whatever
That
level
is,
of
yeah.
encumbrance.
There's something about mount. I'm looking it up right now, but we can go through it.
You can probably get Team Small on the back of it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I volunteer myself to be one of the eagles.
Pteranodon.
Oh, that one sounds cool. Probably won't do well in the snow.
What about killer
Oh.
whale?
It's actually it goes up to 480 pounds.
Flying snake. Perfect.
Goldfish.
Yeah, because that is a strength of it's actually
That's just
based on
armor.
strength. Like you said, it is based on strength and size, and it's 480 pounds. So 480 pounds. So that's actually pretty good,
That's like 2
surprisingly.
of us.
Yep.
One of me.
It does. Oh,
That's like 3 of me.
so actually, though, that's not entirely true. God, this is fucking complicated. So it's actually,
Long
it's
division over here.
it's actually reduced by the speed becomes reduced by 10 after 160 pounds. That's why people don't carry 4 people on giant eagles. So you can get up to 4 because it's 480 pounds. I mean, it's light people, but if you max encumber it, it does reduce its speed. Just as an FYI.
Can we get 2 people below 160?
Oh, no.
Elda,
I'm below 160.
Elda is easily like the lightest, so.
Well, I
she
might
should
be
easily-
at 160.
Yeah, me plus all my stuff is almost 400 pounds.
Same.
Yeah. I was gonna say anybody is gonna have a problem here.
But I'd like to
Elda
be
with
eagle.
her equipment is like, let's see.
So let's go over some travel times too on the actual
She's
map, so
94
you guys
pounds.
really know what you're getting into. So if we look on the map, let's do it this way. I'll actually get into yours right now. So, all right. You guys can see my cursor?
Stream's still catching up.
Yep.
For me.
No, I mean, can you see my Christian
Oh right, I
concept
always
board?
forget to open concept board.
Yeah,
That's the thing I
it's
always forget to do.
yeah. Sorry. So it's currently flying to East Haven. It's on its path to fly to East Haven. So the travel time from where you are, which is Carringtonville, to East Haven alone is an hour and 45 minutes if you book it, and that's with like really like exerting yourself. Um, you can get there in an hour and 15 minutes, but then you get a point of exhaustion. There is a way to like really push yourself in all these travel times if you want to be exhausted. Here's the other thing too. If you wanted to go to Care Dunville all the way to Tourmaline, for instance, with all the overworld travel and all the hills and stuff you have to pass, that's 4 hours worth of travel. Bryn Shadar is 6 hours worth of travel. It's actually much harder to get over these two mounds, or you can go around. So like I said, if you want to like basically think out your path, the time increases. So getting over to the like, for instance, Bremen would take you the longest. The closest ones to you right now are Care Koenig, which is actually a much easier travel route. There's actually not a lot of hills, and it's a lot of like lowland that you can just walk through close to the actual water area there, and that you can get to if you really book it in an hour. And then like getting into Lonelywood gets even more complicated because the terrain's over there. So it's not, unfortunately, just like the distance. There's also some terrain stuff that's a little difficult to see on the map. So just go ahead and ask me when you want to plan something out. Now you can, once you get to East Haven, once you actually get to East Haven, if you guys decided to go that route, you can actually get to Goodmead. It's a relatively straight shot. It's still 2.5 hours, but if you look at that distance, it's simply because it's easier to travel there when that would normally take you like 4 to 5 with just distance alone. So just keep all that in mind.
Mhm.
So I have an idea, party.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
One of us polymorphs into a giant eagle. On the giant eagle's back, we send Ibram and Elda. Ibram can
Yep.
shoot at it from a distance. Elda can be there as backup for, Dimension Door or what have you. Featherfall, etc. That team of three keeps it busy while the rest of us try to catch up to it. So at least it doesn't
Mhm.
just
Yep.
blow away East Haven and then move on before we even get there.
That's assuming that whoever gets polymorphed can even catch up.
Giant Eagle's speed is almost the same speed as
It's 60,
the dragon. Giant Eagle speed is 80.
right? Oh, is it 80?
80.
It's
Oh,
80, yeah.
nice. Oh, the giant. Oh, because the giant owl I was looking at. Yeah, you're right. That's pretty good.
So it's not quite as fast, but it'll be fast.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a bad idea, honestly.
So just
Ibram
keep
and
in
Elda
mind that,
keep
but
the
if you do
distance.
Ibram and you do the Kobold, you're going to be reduced in speed. Ibram alone can make it because I think Ibram is almost 160.
70,
But
though.
what's the Giant Eagle's strength though?
16.
Yeah, 16.
Maybe
Yeah, so
we
it's 40. Yeah.
maybe we polymorph Elda. Elda flies Ibram there, and the two of them can stick together and distract it while the rest of us race over there.
Elda's only 96 pounds, even with all our equipment.
But it's
So,
past 160 that it slows.
oh, it's 160 that,
Yeah. That's where it starts to reduce by 10.
I think Ibram and Elda have the best shot at distracting it and keeping it busy without dying.
or, uh, I don't really need any books or, like, my, miner's pick, don't need that, don't need my shovel, don't need my tent. I can get myself down to basically just the weight of my my armor and my focus. And if I do that, I'm only 25, 29, 39 pounds. Would that put us under just enough weight?
Only if Ibram. I think Ibram, his body though is how much are you with no gear on?
Oh, with no gear, I'm 25 pounds.
No, I mean with him. I think even with his longbow and everything, it's going to be close because anything over 160 still puts you in a decreased movement speed. I think Ibram's very close to 160, if not.
I weigh 160 and I'm carrying 120 pounds of stuff.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't matter. You're still going to be slowed.
Then
Yeah.
It's not
Ibram,
a huge bone, but I can also cast Long Strider on you to get 10 feet on top of that for an hour as you
Well,
leave.
so we can.
Oh,
we
you
can,
do it on the mount? Because I don't know if you can do long straight on the mount. Can you? Does it
Yeah.
say any creature? Oh, well, that's good then. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can
this-
pull out
let me.
Ibram.
Elda at least needs a short rest to recover herself after all of that, so it's
Yeah, so
better to have her
polymorph.
ride.
We can polymorph Ibram, so Elda can ride on the eagle,
What?
get an hour's rest in.
Okay,
Yeah, that
fine,
works
I'll
for me.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
Elda,
creature.
Elda
Yeah,
can
you're
bring
right.
all of
Yep.
her equipment
Yep.
with her and still be under carry weight, so that works out perfectly.
Okay, so Ibram's with Elda. Is someone going to go on the giant owl then? So we'll have two groups of two.
Oh, right.
Who else? Who else is best at hitting it from a distance?
I mean, all I have is cantrips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all I've got is
Brother?
cantrips. Really.
Firebolt for me.
Ray of Frost and Chill Touch.
So.
I still have a decent amount of spell slots.
And understand from the math though, now that it's gotten more than 6 rounds on you, you will be able to see it when it's stopped. But as far as, unless Ibram, you have something that allows you to see past like 1,000 feet or something, which is possible, I suppose. Do you have anything that lets you see like up to a mile or something?
No.
All right, you won't be able to catch up to it until it stops. Essentially, to catch up to it right now, you have to go faster than it. You would know this in the basic math. Like you have to be able to go faster to it to catch up, and it's already gotten several rounds now.
Yeah, the assumption I'm making is it's going to fly to East Haven,
And
wreak
stop.
havoc, and then move
Right,
on.
right, of course. And that's when
Which,
you'll be able
when
to
it
catch up.
stopped at East Haven,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's
Gotcha.
I just
Yeah.
don't want it to stop at East Haven, wreak havoc, and then move on before we've even gotten there.
Of course.
And then
Yep.
then we won't know which direction it went even.
Yep. Yep. That is right. Yep.
I mean, there's also the possibility. You said Bremen's way farther because of the terrain, right?
Well, Bremen is actually way farther, not just because of the train, but also because it's just farther. But when it comes to the train, it's particularly bad. Yes, because Bremen's all the way over here. If you see my mouse, and you're at Carriganville. East Haven is actually way closer to you than Bremen right now.
I actually lost the. For some reason, I don't have Caer Denival and East Haven on the map anymore.
Oh, I still have them. I still see them.
Yeah.
I have them too.
What?
So
That's
do you
weird.
see where Caer Canog is? Do you see Caer Canog?
I see Caer Canog.
Okay, so
refresh it.
Caerdenville, yeah, Caerdenville is right underneath it, and I still see it too.
How's everyone
hold on.
feeling right now?
I'm just over half HP, but
Elda's still at full.
Anu's been hit.
Yeah, so is Abel.
That is so weird. For some reason, East Haven, it was on the other side of the map, and now it's back to where it was.
Oh,
But
weird. Yeah, that is weird. That's super weird. Yeah.
I can make some more good berries if anyone wants any more lovely berries.
I'd say hold on to them until more critical, until they're more critical.
especially if you're going out on the front lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can the giant owl hold brother?
No.
brother, why were you so? You mentioned it something a little while ago. Why were you so adamant about getting onto the dragon?
I have a spell that I might be able to use.
Would you mind sharing it? It seems like now or never.
I mean, I'm a cleric. I have spells. This is kind of one of the things I do.
Yeah, I know you have spells. Is there a reason you're being, playing coy?
Really not.
I could imagine a lot of reasons he wouldn't want to tell you spells that work against dragons.
I'd give you a look like, yeah, thanks.
Okay. In character, I'm very impatient. Sorry, I'm not trying to be. Um, we should probably get a plan moving because the longer we take to get to East Haven, the greater risk we run of losing this thing.
So, everyone else that's not like not going to be on a mount, what is your plan? Looking at the map, what's the plan, walking wise?
Is this lake completely frozen over?
I was just about to mention that the lake is frozen over, but at the same time, it is still a giant frozen lake that could have perils in it as well. But absolutely, it is frozen over. The quickest way would be to just cross the lake.
Can we skirt the edge? Don't make me fall into the lake. I weigh like 400 pounds with all my equipment.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I
you'll be
don't.
fine.
I can't breathe underwater anymore.
Yeah.
I just remembered that.
Don't worry, this isn't the lake with the monster.
Okay, yeah.
That is the other one.
We'll skirt the lake as close as possible.
Okay.
You know, as just right on the edge.
Yeah, you're looking at like I said, if you want to without putting yourself into exhaustion, it's an hour and 45. Yeah.
Perfect. I like that. I like that path.
Yep.
All right. Well,
The weather is
Abram,
worse. The weather is worse. As your battle was going on, the weather was considerably worse. Now it's getting really, really bad. As if the weather is literally conspiring against you. It's now worse than you've ever seen it.
Abram, I know we've just met you, but we're going to be sending you into some considerable danger. I hope you're prepared for that.
Bitchin'. No,
And
like, I
Grin,
mean, yeah.
Grin just kind of gestures for the magic people to do their magic. Like he's very impatient
Yep.
right now.
Yeah, let's kill a
All right.
dragon.
All
Okay,
right.
so
Cool.
what's the plan?
So
We're gonna kill a dragon.
So
Polymorph Ibram's carrying Elda. They're gonna keep it busy in East Haven until we can get there.
I've never been a bird before. This will be fun.
okay.
What happens if I am flying in an hour?
Well, you won't be for
Don't
long.
You'll
yeah.
probably feel
So
it wear off.
yeah. So if it takes by the way, if it takes them an hour and 45 minutes on land to get there, you guys can get to East Haven. You would guess in like 30 minutes or less.
Fly low.
Can I make myself pop back? How am I gonna pop back? I can't shoot a bow with wings.
I'd recommend letting trying to get Elda to do as much damage as possible while you are an eagle, and when you run out of time, then start shooting it with the bow and arrow.
I was gonna say that's the one thing to keep in mind, and I just made sure of this too. The person that cast polymorph cannot dismiss it. So I mean, sorry, so the person that has polymorph cast on them cannot dismiss it. The person that casted it on you could have. So, for instance, if you were coming with the wizard that cast it, then they can actually decide that you no longer need to be polymorphed. It looks like rules is written.
Okay. Hit me. Someone hit me. Do it.
Right.
Okay.
And as you fly away, I'll hit whoever with long strider.
Or they can also just damage you too. It looks like, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Drop Elda off and then nosedive into the ground from really high up.
Yeah. Just fly directly into the dragon.
That hurt.
You can
You'll-
also do damage as the eagle.
Yep.
I will
Yes.
look
Let's
at
just
that.
hope
Claw its eyes out.
Let's just hope we make the saves. Or is it a 24-hour thing? I forgot.
It's a 20.
If you're talking about the whatever aura you guys would get into, it looks like it's like a close to the creature kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
If
I
you
know
make
for some creatures it has a if you make the save, you're clear of it for a duration.
No,
Does
it doesn't seem that way because you guys were making saves multiple times during that combat, so it doesn't seem
All
like that's the case. Yeah, it's pretty
All right.
nasty.
Well, then I'm gonna stay away from it. Then.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll be pissed off if it sees me, considering I was plugging it with arrows the entire time.
I mean, you will be an eagle, and I doubt it will recognize you as an eagle.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to be an eagle for the fight because I won't be able to do shit. I need a way to hit it
But
from
as
a
soon as
range.
it reduces your HP to 0, you'll be back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, if it's getting close to hit me, I'm getting in its little funky aura,
That is
All
true.
right.
and I am very easily influenced.
Well, do what you got to do.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry.
Why don't
I
you
think
just
you
make
may
me the
actually be.
eagle?
I think you may actually be smarter as an eagle.
What?
What's your wisdom?
Wait, that's actually a good point. Why wouldn't brother be the eagle?
Because Ibram has arrows and he can hit it from further away.
But
I
if
was in the 16.
okay, no, you were actually smarter as Ibram, but giant eagle's pretty smart. But if brother flies Ibram and Elder, then that's 2 people to attack the dragon.
But Ibram's
But
too
we're
heavy
slower.
to fly. That's
Right. Yeah.
I can dump
But-
some stuff.
Even if they take the reduction, that's still gonna be.
I'm really worried that if it's only the 2 of us, there's if one of us gets charmed, even the other is
Uh,
pretty much dead.
No, I'll
And
push you off the eagle.
yeah, but if you're the one who gets charmed,
Oh wait, for some reason I had plate armor in my inventory. Let me take that out.
and also
All right, I'm 200
it's also
pounds.
2 people versus a very big dragon. I feel like I'd rather be a bit slower and have more people.
Didn't you
Yeah.
just
If-
try to 2v a dragon like 10 minutes ago?
Yes, but
if nothing else, you guys need to
I had-
monitor the dragon, and if it flies away from East Haven, we need to know in what direction at the very least.
and
I know we just met and everything, but monitoring and being unseen and kind of hitting and running, that's my speciality. So don't worry.
But
Great.
We got this.
You can start that after an hour.
We got it.
Okay.
all right.
All right. So
are you-
who's?
are-
Yeah, that's fine. So who's flying? Who's the people that are actually flying, and what's the plan?
I don't know.
sounds like Elda's going. Although we won't be flying for an hour, right?
30
Okay,
minutes. It'll take you 30 minutes to get to East
Yeah.
Haven.
That
Plus or
That'll
minus
be
with
rough
bad
for
weather,
me.
which is the weather's bad, but yes.
that'll be rough for me since I won't have spells then.
You don't have any spell slots?
Burn it all.
Nope. I burnt them
Is
all on
Yeah.
the escape plan.
Is there someone else who wants to go?
And
so Elder
and
can get
here's the
a-
worst part.
a
You
rest in?
cannot if you want to keep up with them, you cannot take your rest unless I take that back. Unless someone wants to literally put you in like a backpack or something. But if you're booking it, that would cause that person a point of exhaustion because it's generally a 2.5 to almost 3 hour hike, and they're gonna go as fast as they can in the snow, in the blizzard, on the outskirts of ice. So they're gonna be really going
I mean,
as hard as they can. So
if we put my equipment in somebody else's bag, I'll weigh less than some people's armor.
Well, we have more than one polymorph. Now would be the time to use it, and we're wasting time sitting here arguing
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, really. We have. There's
Dude,
people
you're
dying
You want to
one of the dudes near the
me,
arc.
and I'll
Let's just
fly Ebram up?
You know, I can also run faster than like any of you. So
Through the snow.
yeah.
get through the snow with a point of exhaustion. Who are we polymorphing? We're wasting time.
I'm slow and heavy. If you want me,
It
you can
should be
find one.
someone slow and heavy that you polymorph so that they're getting to the point.
Well, you just let your leader make the decision. I don't know who that is, but boom, go someone.
If you want, I could just try swimming. I'd be, slower but faster.
No,
than
it's
the
not
other.
worth it. We have 2 polymorphs. Who's going to get the first one? I can always take the second and have someone else on my back, and the dragon can fly.
Do you want me to fly the archer out there on my back polymorph? I will do that.
How about Ebram? How about brother turns into an eagle? I fly on brother. Ebram turns into an eagle. Elder flies on Ebram, so that I can go with them, and I can turn Ebram back into Ebram when he gets there instead of waiting out the full hour. And I can also firebolt from the back of brother.
I like this plan more.
That's good.
Yes.
All right, let's
Okay.
do that. Let's go.
All right, I will hand Henri the bag of holding and ask Z to polymorph me into a giant owl.
Giant owl, not
Okay.
giant eagle.
Giant eagle, sorry.
Good
Yep.
berries going once, going twice, 3
Keep them with you. Might need them.
Yeah.
I don't have them anymore. I have to make more.
No,
Okay.
just hold on to it.
Yeah, hold on to it.
Okay, and
Okay.
I will polymorph Ebram into a giant eagle as well.
And then
Okay. All right. Is are you flying on Ebram's back, or is no one flying on Ebram's back?
Elder's flying on Ebram, and I'm flying
Okay.
on brother.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. So you guys go ahead and do the polymorphs and then rush off into the sky. Um, so after around 25 minutes, you start to see the outskirts of the town. Um, it is on fire, and there is absolutely some kind of insurrection going on. You can see that there's a decently large scale battle going on. And as you get closer, like the 3 minute mark hitting East Haven, you notice that there are at least 30 to 40 enlarged Drugars that are wreaking havoc through the town. There's no dragon in sight, but there is an absolute like line of just that charred like fire that went through. It looks like what ended up happening as you get all the way to the edge of town is that even though you can't see the dragon in the battle, it did take one line in the middle of the whole town and just scorched as many buildings as it could as it flew off. Who's got what's to make a perception check? The people that are actually I think you can actually make that as the eagle too. So unfortunately you have to use the eagle stats, but go ahead and everyone make it a perception check.
My passive becomes the Eagles' passive. That's oh.
Also,
I'm
one of
not sure,
those
to be
eagles
honest.
is faster by 10, if that helps.
Calls between a Discord channel and your D&D Beyond character sheet. What do you mean? It's already linked.
Yeah, it would have. So the first, if that's the case, the first eagle would have seen. Yeah, that does help. So the first one gets a little chance on this perception check, even though it's like a huge blizzard outside. So the first eagle, which one did you touch with Longstrider?
I guess Ibram and Elda.
Okay, all right,
Right.
that's fine.
Well, and I got a 23 for my perception check as an eagle.
Awesome. Okay, so you see a small dot headed towards Goodmead. So it looks like the dragon is headed towards Goodmead. Um, it's a couple thousand feet away, but you're sure it's the dragon. Now, the other problem is there's at least 30 or 40 enlarged Dugar in East Haven. They must have been invisible because they've definitely taken the town by surprise because the dragon didn't do most of the damage. It's these Drugar that are wreaking absolute havoc. And that's only the 30 to 40 that you can see.
I'm gonna start like bird pecking my beak at the little dot in the sky, and hopefully Elda realizes what I'm doing.
I look towards the area that it looks like there's gesturing, I guess.
Yeah, you can have an advantage on a perception check to make sure you see the dot. I'll allow that.
Is that a new check or just rolling perception on my original thing?
You can roll it again on your original, yeah.
Yeah, that's a 6 and a 4.
Okay.
I don't
It
notice.
doesn't. So, what's the idea of getting Ibram out of his polymorph? Who cast it?
Andre.
Okay, so are you on his back? I think
No.
it's okay. So that's fine. So it doesn't matter once you catch up. So you're gonna catch up in literally like 2-3 minutes to them anyway.
I'm circling high overhead.
Yeah. So you guys are right on the outskirts of East Haven. After 2 to 3 minutes, you see it. It doesn't look like the dragon is stopping. It looks like the dragon is making some kind of rounds, doing something.
I'm just gonna loudly squawk over and over.
Once we catch up, I'm gonna ask, does that mean you want to change back?
And then I'm just gonna start going down to land on the ground.
Okay.
Like as much as a bird can nod its head.
Yep.
Okay, so then once he lands, I will cancel polymorph.
Sure.
Okay, and I will explain what I saw now that I have a chance to, shaking off the feathery nature of what was going on.
Yeah. You guys' blood do run cold as you realize that this must have been some kind of organized attack. You heard on the first town occurred of all that there were Drugar, but the fact that there's Drugar in East Haven means that it has to be coordinated. It means that this was a planned, coordinated, timed attack, and the dragon's just one small piece of it.
Yeah, so can I do my original job now? Because there's like 40 of those big ones in there, and
Well, I suppose there's no catching up to the dragon for us, at least. We'll have to hope the others can manage to get it.
no, there's definitely not any catching up that thing. And plus, we got yeah, your three
We should
buddies
see.
back there.
We should see to it that we save whoever we can in this town.
Sounds good to me.
So go ahead on the outskirts and start scouting. This is what you're going to do. Give me a perception check and an investigation check, and this is going to take a good 10 minutes. And the reason why it's going to take 10 minutes is because you are literally going around the entire thing to see exactly what you're facing. Unless you tell me no, fuck it, I just want to rush in. but that will give you an idea of how many Drugar and where there are all that fun stuff.
Why don't you guys stay here and let me do this? All right, good plan.
I'm still like, I think brother's still flying around. So
Yeah, I'm still aerial.
Yeah. Yeah, brother,
Well,
what would you like to do, by the way, while he
then the only
does
person I'm talking to is Elda.
Yeah.
Elda and Henri, because Henri had to unpolymorph you.
Okay, all right. Well, why don't y'all
I
stay here?
I think I can just. I wouldn't have gotten off brother. I would have done it from a distance. I would have just had to
Oh,
stop concentrating
So
on it.
yeah, all I'm talking to is
okay,
Elda.
that's fine. That's
So
fine. Yep.
you stay here. I'm gonna go take a look. See.
Yep. Go ahead
Oh,
and give me
thank
your
God.
perception investigation checks, and then while that's happening, brother Henri, what do you guys want
I'm
to do?
also gonna be rolling stealth.
Yep. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And we see it going to Goodmead.
Yeah, it's pretty far off in the distance. It must never have stopped. It must have just literally like the only way that it could be as far off as it is that it must never have stopped. It was literally was flying as it did its breath attack in one line going to the next town.
Okay, so 22 for stealth, by the way.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah.
19 perception, which is my it ties my passive, and I
Yeah,
got a 13 investigation, but my
that's
passive
fine.
investigation is 14.
All right, so this is what you found. There's well over 100 Dugar in the town. You think maybe 120, 130. There's no way that they just walked in. They had to have been invisible, and they had to have been waiting. They have probably only been here starting the attack as long as the first attack started back when you guys were fighting the dragon. Your guess is that it all happened at once because even though there's a decent amount of destruction, burning, and death in the town, it's not like they've been here for hours. They've probably only been here for maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours most. So it's coordinated. You're thinking to yourself.
Okay,
Um,
and
there's more than enough Drugar that it's going to be dangerous to you. However, at the same time, if you can there's so much chaos going on that you could potentially stealth and attack them. It's just going to be time. Like it depends on how careful you want to be. If you want to be really, 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 really careful until you fail, I'll tell you how this goes because there's so many of them. Until you fail, you don't have to roll for initiative. You can just keep trying to pick them off. Eventually, though, if you fail, there's gonna be a lot of them, and you're gonna have to fight, and you're probably gonna do it solo, which could mean in trouble. We'll have to see.
I can run away.
But yeah. So but you can try that. Now, brother and Henri, what are you gonna do while you're on the Eagle?
I'm still an eagle. I don't really know what's going on, so
Yeah.
Um, so Chris, is there like regular size Durgar, or are they all like
They're all enlarged. That's why they're gonna be easier to pick off.
Okay.
When they fight, seems like they're like all enlarged. Now, here's the problem: there are Drugar, so it's possible there's invisible Drugar, but you don't know how likely that would be considering they're all attacking. But this is the kind of things they're doing to give you an insight into East Haven. So it looks like they've taken over multiple buildings. They already started to burn buildings. They are literally indiscriminately killing men, women, and children. Um, and they're going through and doing like wreaking like terrifying havoc because what they're also trying to do is they're trying to get the people that are leaving in some cases to like put them in buildings so they can burn them. There are a lot of people though that have already left the town. It's very, very clear that the sending worked and that the town itself had to have been somewhat evacuated. Otherwise, there'd be at least 300 probably dead bodies. There is no militia in sight though. And there is and the only people fighting back are like families and like other people that have decided to fight back. But
Uh,
there's a lot of Drugar. There's like 100, 120 Drugar in this town at least.
okay. What is brother and Henri doing from the sky? Because I'm assuming they can see a lot of what I can see.
Yeah, they can so brother Henri, you
I'll
specifically,
be right back.
when you're flying over and you have a bird's eye view of what's going on, you see enlarged Drugar going through and literally like wrecking houses, trying to literally rip roofs off, using their hammers to go into it. They are trying to like kill as many people as they possibly can. They do not care if it's men, women, or children. They are literally just trying to kill everything in their path, as if they're trying to cleanse the town of people in general, and they're doing it indiscriminately. It's a brutal, awful attack. At the same time, strategically, they are trying to also like corral people into buildings. And you see Dugar literally light them on fire. They're trying to get people to like run into the buildings and then they'll light them on fire. This seems their strategy. Now there should be hundreds of people dead, but there isn't. And as you're flying over, you can actually see. I don't know if you can see the concept board, but there is already a group of refugees headed along this shoreline here, down here. Yeah, Amanda, exactly where you're at. There's a whole group of refugees, a couple hundred. It doesn't look like anything's bothering them yet. However, it's terrible, terrible, terrible weather, and it's sub-zero degrees. Even the refugees at this point, to some degree, will die probably without help. Not all of them, but certainly some of them, given how bad the weather was. That was always the risk, too. That's why people have not left Tin Towns yet. Getting to the south with these mountains is certain death because of the weather. And that's why people haven't even left. They just kind of trapped in this awful, hellish winter, like trap essentially. So there's no real good place to run at this point.
Okay. Not good. How long do I reckon it'll take for everyone else to catch up?
It's going to be another hour.
Oh shit.
I would rather rest at least for another half hour so I can get my spell slots back, because I'll be a lot more useful with stuff like Sickening Radiance than I
Mhm.
will be just.
Well, I'm not there with you right now, but I will come back so that you can tell me this.
Eh,
Yeah, I'll have been just staying where I was, resting for as much
Yeah.
more time as I can.
Yeah, that's fine. And one thing to keep in mind too, since it's hard to, if the dragon doesn't stop, um, you the one thing that you guys are thinking to yourself is, let's say the dragon doesn't stop in any of these towns. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. And you don't even know why it's flying over it. But it must have a purpose. It wouldn't just do this. But if it doesn't, it might actually just be better to like pick a town and make a stand. But but again, these are all things that are up in the air. Not only do you not have any idea about that, and I'm not saying that as the DM or anything as well. I'm saying this as in the sense that you're in a shitty, awful situation. The dragon didn't stop. So
I think we
I
got.
think
We can,
we're
we can
best to
surprise
at
the
least.
plan.
I think we're best to at least try to save East Haven, since we're
Yeah.
already here. Like I said,
Well,
I definitely need to get that short rest in though before I'm of much use.
yeah. You do that. There are people being burned alive right now. I'm gonna go to work.
yeah.
All right,
All
just
right.
let me know once that short rest will take effect, and then I'll move in to help.
Which is actually good considering my class is built around hit and run ambush stuff.
Yep. Yep. Now, to do it safely, it's all about time.
Oh,
So you have plenty of cover. You do have like ways to get out, and there's also chaos, and they're enlarged. So this is like a perfect setup for you. However, and the
I
town
went
is
I,
relatively large too.
I
But
went I went to Sears school. I know how to.
yeah, the thing that's going to be the problem is the numbers. There's just so many of them, and once you start attacking them, they're going to start getting on their guard. So this is how it works. You basically start attacking, going through it, and you do you can run stealth checks with advantage, but I'm also going to be rolling active perception checks on top of it.
I have a
Yeah.
plan,
Chris,
Uh,
he's invisible to dark vision though.
Yep. Well,
Yep, that is correct.
if they rely on dark vision to see me, I'm invisible to them.
Yep. Yep.
So my plan is, uh, I'm going to obviously cast disguise self on me, which is not invalidated by attacks. To look like
Yep.
random Durgar number 46, I guess.
That's not enlarged. Yep.
Well, I am around the size of an enlarged Durgar, because a Durgar is a size small creature, correct?
No, the Drugar is medium. Enlarged, they are like
They're
ridiculous.
dwarves.
Hold on. Yeah, so enlarged, they're ridiculous. Hold on.
Well,
It's like they're like 10 feet tall. It's like crazy. Hold on.
well,
For
yeah,
no.
I'll
Yeah.
look like a regular Durgar then, and
Yep.
then what I'm gonna do is, yeah, what I want to do is I want to find a place on the opposite side of the town from where I'm
Yep.
going to be attacking to, and I'm going to start placing arrows into the ground, and I'm going to cast cordon of arrows,
Mhm.
which makes it so that if anytime anyone walks within 30 feet of these 4 arrows that I place, they just like someone shot a bow at them. They just get hit. I'm going to circle back to the other side of the town and then start attacking from that side, moving bilaterally 15 degrees every time I take 2 shots to try to evade them pinning down. I'm going to try to my best to use a height terrain to my advantage, but I'm also going to alternate from attacking from a concealed place on the ground behind snowbanks or any other natural terrain I can
Yep.
find.
Yep,
Uh,
that's fine. Yep. Yeah, this is how it'll roll. Once you go through, you have at least like there will in each quadrant of the town, you're gonna at least have multiple Drugar looking for this attack once they start realizing they're dying, which will be a little bit. Once they like realize that they're getting like ambushed, and then it'll just literally be like once they start actually investigating, which will happen at some point, then it'll just be all their investigation checks on top of all of this.
and then the
So,
last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
yep,
And that's all my second level spell slots gone.
yep,
Yeah, I am count my arrows. I have 22 left.
yep. Well, so. What do you want to do when you run out of arrows as well? That's what was
Uh,
my other question.
I got two rapiers for that reason.
Okay.
Don't want to do it, but if I can pick up my arrows, I'm gonna pick up my arrows. And if I can scavenge Durgar arrows, I'll take
You
Durgar
might be
arrows.
able to. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna start rolling stealth checks and just start tagging these dudes.
Yep.
Oh, and is Zelda in like a pretty well hidden position?
So right now she hasn't even entered the town, so she's
Yeah,
relatively safe.
I mean,
Yeah.
on the outside of town. Well, if I
Yeah.
encounter the odd civilian, I'm gonna give them the information for the rally at Elda's location and send them that way.
Yep. Yep.
All right. How many stealth checks do you want me to roll?
Just roll the first 5. Roll 5 for now.
24. Whoops. Want me to just tell you what the lowest is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lowest was a 24.
Okay. All right, so that'll take that's you're gonna it's gonna keep you busy. Let me ask you this too. When you're attacking, because it's gonna come down to time, are you gonna be brash or are you going to be as careful as possible to not get ambushed?
Um, I'm gonna start off very discreet, and
Okay, all right,
as
because
it
that'll
goes,
just depend
and
on the time.
my alert, you know, they start to realize what's going on. I'm gonna have to start doing hit and runs and
Yeah,
using
yeah,
my speed as my advantage to get away, and
yep,
then you know, dipping. I'm trying to get not use like real world technical terms, but I will use my speed and my knowledge of the terrain as my advantage.
yep, yep. That's fine. Yep.
But yeah, 24 was my lowest, and I can keep that pass that trace and the disguise self up for an hour.
All right. All right. Yeah, at some point you're going to stick out like a sore thumb, unfortunately, because you're not enlarged and everyone else in the town is. But for now, they're not looking for other Drugar that are killing them. So that's why I
Well,
wanted you to roll the
from
5.
I can make myself taller by a foot, so I am a 7 foot tall Durgar. From a distance, I assume it would hold up, but if I was actually standing next to an enlarged one, it would obviously.
Can you
Short.
can you Yeah, I guess that's right. The this Are you using a spell or just the disguise? What are you using
Disguise self.
disguise for?
I'm using disguise self.
The spell, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that'll hold up for a little bit. Yeah. All right. All right. So as he's going through doing that, like again, this is a lot of it's going to come down to time until you have to get into combat. If that happens. While that's happening, brother and Henri, what's your plan?
Uh, basically, Ani's going to be watching like Ibram start picking them off and is going
Yep.
to ask brother and say, "Do you think we should go help them? Do you think we should head back towards the team?" And I'm going to obviously he can't talk right now, but I'm going to wait and see what he does.
I'm gonna respond at bird noises.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you have
I
telepathy,
should.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh wait.
And my long strider still got like 30 minutes left.
Yeah, I should have done
Yeah.
comprehend languages.
Or if you ask Z, you should be able to say something.
Is Z with me?
She's got to be on the back of the eagle, unfortunately. Yeah, yeah, she has to be. Yep.
Well, she would be, because I don't think she'd be able to keep up with me as a giant eagle.
Yeah.
Do you think that she would like automatically tell me what you said?
You could just have to ask her and see if she will telepathically talk to brother.
Okay, then I will turn to Z and I will say, "Did you understand what he said?"
She does respond to you, and she talks to you, brother, and you can talk through Z. That's fine. I'll allow that.
All right. And I didn't. Did I see that blip going towards Goodmead?
Yes. Yes, eventually, when all of that was done. Actually, I'm sorry, you never talked. No, because you never talked to Ibram. Henri didn't stop, so no. Go ahead and give me just in case you guys did though. Go ahead and Henri would do this, I assume. Although you could do it as well. Roll your perception checks to see if you got high enough to see it, because it was actually after Ibram got there. The DC is pretty hard, but try. Because I assume that you would have looked for sure, like you would have seen this town being on fire, and then looked for the dragon as hard as you could. So
Yeah, 17 would have been the highest.
okay, yeah, you make off like blurry things in the distance. You're not exactly sure that you saw the dragon or not. You don't even know the direction per se, but it's definitely on. It looks like it went like eastbound, but you don't know if it's going directly at Goodmead or not. But the thing that's more pressing to you guys is, of course, this town. It's getting wrecked.
Yeah. I will tell Z that since I don't see the dragon, I'm gonna ground and have her switch me back.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys safely get right outside the town. As you're flying down, you can see Elda resting. If you
Yeah,
want to
we'll
fly towards
go
her.
towards
Yeah.
Elba.
Okay. This is currently with what Ibram, but go ahead. So Henri, I assume you unpolymorph, brother?
Z was the
Z
one
would
that
have to.
polymorphed, brother.
Oh, but that's right. What am I saying? See, yeah. So C will go down and unpolymorph you, brother. Now, after like 5 minutes, and this is on the other side of town, you guys do notice like there's definitely commotion, but there's also like still a battle going over the people to kill and to go through. There wasn't that many of them. Like as you guys were landing, you think there's probably only like 20 maybe survivors left. The rest must have essentially like gotten out of town. And that's why the timing is important, Ibram. I want to see if you can do enough damage to these guys before they kill everyone, which is really what we're going through. And then you'll have a number of Durgar to handle if you wish to. So,
Then just looking real quick, does Henri look hurt?
Henri.
Like I wasn't hurt in the flight.
Or just in general, how's your hit points looking?
I'm at 37 out of 44, so I'm only missing 7.
Alright, you're alright.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Don't mind me. I'm just collecting myself before the fight.
We see Elder, but do we see Ebum?
No, he's gone. He already went in
Elba,
town. Yeah.
Elba could communicate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Abram is often in the town, picking off who he can more stealthily while I recover myself.
From the Durgar point of view, I'm a terrorist.
Yeah.
Good.
Like 10 minutes or so have gone by, and he's been able to. So Ibram, you've been able in 10 minutes. You've actually been able to kill two really carefully. Once this starts to ramp up and you hit the 5 or 10, it's going to get a little worse for you. But for now, you've been able to kill two without them even noticing. You killed two that were basically isolated. Um, Once you start shooting them out in the open, whether like once you have to pick off ones that are like there's a group of three of them and they notice that someone died because right now no Drugars died. They haven't had much opposition. They're not getting hit, by anyone else. So as soon as they see the first dead body, that's when things get a lot tougher.
Have I noticed? Have they commandeered? Have I noticed a leader?
Not yet. But then again, you haven't been through the whole town yet. Um, but you haven't noticed any leader yet. You've noticed that you noticed one thing that you did notice though. outside of the ones that you've been able to pick off, those ones are basically were literally just like doing their own thing in the heat of battle, in the heat of like basically just trying to kill as many people as possible. But the ones that are trying to get the groups of people, which is only at this point 3 or 4 people at the most, into the buildings, those are squads. There's like 4 or 5 man squads. The ones that you tried to isolate are the ones that you can kill, and no one will see anything, and you can just keep going.
Okay. Oof. I have some ideas, but I don't want to take up too much time. So will come back to me. I have to I have to workshop some things mentally.
So as Ibram's going through and doing that, like I said, 10 minutes or so has passed. What'd you guys like to do? If you want, you can of course wait until the group gets here, or you could, I guess, try to go on to the next town. Whatever makes sense, I guess.
Just let me know when that short rest happens.
We can fast forward to the short rest, but if we do that, so Ibram, after like 30 minutes has elapsed, go ahead and roll 5 more stealth checks real quick.
Okay, give me 1 second. What industry does this town have? Like any kind of mill, any restaurants, any taverns where there'd be cooking or anything?
There's definitely a tavern. Let me actually see. Hold on, that's a good question. I think I know the answer, but I don't want to cheat it. So hold on 1 second. But there's definitely, I mean, they do have a centralized tavern. It's a decently sized city as well. And I think they actually do. I can actually tell you what their export is, though. So hold on 1 second.
Do they have? If I wanted to, could I find flour?
Would they have evacuated it?
So that's what I'm looking to see. Hold on 1 second. So here's how. So there's roughly 40 buildings in East Haven. Out of the 40 buildings, there's almost every single one of them has at least 1 or 2 Drugar harassing it, trying to get inside of it. That's how many Drugar there are. There's probably, now that you've been in the city, I was going to tell you that you're getting a good decent count. There's like 130 Drugar like swarming around, and you've killed 2 of them easily. So
Oh, great.
so there's 128 or so, but it's a sort of large city. But at the same time, there's only like you're not seeing, like you see corpses, and as you start going through, I assume you've been counting them. You only see like 20 to 23 like dead like people that are on the things. There could be more in the houses. There can't be that many more people left, considering that a lot of it is now Drugars ripping apart buildings and stuff, and that's how you've been going through it. You did find the 2 Drugar that were isolated. It's going to get harder and harder. You can pick off 5 more before you have to go into a group. There's 5 more
Yeah,
to
well,
kill.
my
7.
lowest
Yeah.
spell check was a 22.
Okay. So if you want to
And
continue on that path, you can. Looking for I can't even get close to the tavern. That's where a shit ton of Druga are. There's like at least 13, 14 that are in the center tavern there. There are like though houses and stuff. So what I was about to tell you is in your general vicinity, there's at least 2 buildings that are the doors are ripped off. There's like entrances through their windows. You could try to investigate in there if you wanted to, which is gonna
yeah, I just want to
distract you.
find some. I just want to try and find some flour. Yeah.
Yeah.
From any ransacked home I can find, if there's a stockpile on the exterior, a mill, some flour.
Yep. Yep. As
And
Abram goes to go investigate and all that stuff, does anybody want to do anything, or do we want to
We're
skip
gonna wait
forward?
for the rest of the group to arrive and try to stay as hidden as possible so we don't get hit by the invasion force that's ransacking the city.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because that's the one thing to keep in mind. Where you guys are, and you're going to move out of that direction. East Haven does have this giant like gate around it. It's not sturdy enough. It's not like it's not a gate. It's actually a wooden gate that's been erected and is like 20, 23 feet, 25 feet maybe, and it's just these frozen tree trunks with the tops being like spires essentially. So it's something that could like essentially like be like destroyed, like maybe. But at the same time, Duergar don't want to do that. They're going to come right out the front of the town, which is kind of where you guys are at right now. So I assume you move and you get into a safe location
Yeah, we're gonna
that you'll
move
be
to
able to
a
see.
safe,
Yep.
mostly intact building where we can hide.
Okay. Great. All right.
So
So after a little while, so this is what. So there's so in the two houses that you're going through, there are cooking like things. There's not actually like any flour, but there is a bunch of oils.
okay,
There is barley
well,
that you could maybe grind up.
I,
Um,
I'm taking a 10-foot section of rope,
yep.
and I want to coat it in the oil.
Yeah, you can. There's like it looks like fish oil in this house that's going through it, so
Is
you
that
absolutely can do that.
is
Yep.
that is that flammable?
Yeah, it's flammable.
Cool,
It's
cool,
flammable.
cool. And you said that the tavern that they were in, where a lot of Durgar seem to be in, there would be flour, right?
Potentially, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. My plan is flour. Flour is one of the most flammable and explosive household substances. It actually blows up and uh, spits fire everywhere. I
Yep.
want to find flour, like a couple bags of it if I can, put it in an advantageous spot, and then make a jury rig fuse using my oil soaked rope, create a flame, and then let that bomb go off, and I run away.
Yep. Yep.
Flour bomb.
Yep. Yeah, so if you guys are go ahead and so Ibram, go ahead and give me 4 more stealth checks because you're gonna have to go building to building now to find flour, and I'm gonna roll
Lowest
2.
looks like the lowest was a 26.
Okay, so you're fine. Let's see.
One of them was a natural 20.
Nice.
39.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. Lowest is a 22.
That's fine. All right. Okay. So eventually you're able to find so you are able to find a couple different things. You are able to find flour. It's not much. It's less than a sack of flour because it's been like cut open. There's also a bunch of like other like cooking like things, for instance, like barley and wheat and some other stuff that's also been cut open. You have like roughly like not even a full sack. It's like maybe a third of a sack of flour. Could do something though.
Yeah, okay. I'll grab that. And I'm going to go on top of a roof. I'm going to take the flour,
Yep.
put it into another bag that I can find, some kind of hemp bag.
Sure.
Um,
There's
sti-
plenty of like bags that you could like easily like stitch together and
stick
the
stick
case
one
way cargo. Yep.
stick one end of the rope in it, and I'm climbing on top of a roof.
Yep.
What's something that Durgar I know really enjoy? Like, are they gold fiends? Do they?
They love gems, but at the same time, like anything that's like real gold would also be you know, something that they would be interested in. Real
Okay,
platinum that they can recognize. Yeah.
I'm going to shit. Do I want to do this? Fine, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to toss the bag in the street
Yep.
behind a group of Durgar I can find,
Yep.
and already lit. But I'm gonna place it on the street. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna kind of put the fuse underneath the bag so it can't really be seen. And
Yep.
in my undercommon, I'm going to call out that I found a sack of gemstones that the humans were hiding, and then presumably when they go to, oh cool, a bag of gems, it's gonna blow up in their face.
Yep.
That's my plan.
Yep.
And
What do you want to do as a reaction to that though?
oh,
What's the idea?
I'm booking it. Uh, I don't want them to ever see me do this. I'm just gonna call out, and then I'm gonna be around the corner.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead just real quick and in your like they're gonna believe the Drew guy, but just go ahead and do the performance check because it is like a smaller sack with stuff in it, but
11.
that's enough. So basically you just throw this out, you go through and you just scream out you're saying, "Look what I found in this house," or whatever, and then you're like giving it because there's a large group that's relatively next to you.
Yeah,
There's like
and I
7 or
want
8
them. I
Drugar.
want them to
Yep.
like crowd around it, and they open it, and it's just flour, and it just blows up in their face.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So so the explosion when it does happen. Let me not actually do this.
I've,
Hold
I,
on one
I,
second.
I got a video of one bag of flour exploding queued up.
Yeah. This is a third of a bag, but let me see.
Just don't
What's
blow yourself up with your trap making.
it's I don't think it's that potent. I'm gonna look up something in a second. Hold on.
No, it's not really. There's not a lot of concussive force of it, but it is.
Yeah,
It,
it
it does
just makes it.
propagate. It
Yeah, yeah.
propagates flames pretty bad.
Yeah. I'm sure they're surprised. So that's the thing. Yeah. So you're able to do this. So I just saw the video, by the way. I think so. As you go through and throw it, they do like excitedly look in and go through things, and it like a literally fireball blows up in their face, which will give you enough time if you want to book it.
Yeah. I
Yeah. So you guys, so Ibram you guys see Ibram in like 3 to 4 minutes, like running out of town. Ibram, as you're running, by the way, it's pretty much a lost cause. Like it's possible that the people that were inside might already have been like subjugated or killed or whatever. There's just so many freaking Duragar here
yeah, and
that
I'm
it's
I'm,
just a mess.
I'm dropping this guy's self as I just run up to Elda, just panting and
Yep.
tired and
Yep.
dirty, covered in a little bit of flour.
Yeah, at this point, so at this point, by the way, guys, enough time has passed that the other group is only like 30, 45 minutes out. If you want to wait, we can skip towards that.
Yes, please.
All right. All right. So everybody else comes back. You guys rush in. You guys see that the town is burning, by the way. Kino and Grin
All right. So what's
And
the
Abel.
situation?
and Abel. Yep.
Yep.
I
The
tried.
town is lost. There's an invasion force of 125 giant Duragar. Anyone who's here is either left or dead. And the Rangers spent the last half hour to 45 minutes picking a couple off.
Couple,
All right.
and then I made a bomb.
That didn't
Yeah.
really do anything.
Well, it did something. Pissed them off.
Yes.
Oh
It
yeah,
sounds.
all four of them.
All right, let's well then
Move
we're
on
gonna
to the next
wait
town.
in there.
Where's the dragon?
We
Yeah,
don't know.
it left to the other city, down that way.
All right.
Yeah. He pointed. Yep.
I mean, as much as I'd love to kill these Duragar, I'm assuming there's Duragar at every single town then.
Well, I feel like we're at the point where if we run to a city, we are behind the ball. We're gonna experience the same thing there, where
And
we
6 of
show.
us are going to take on 120 Duragar.
It doesn't have to be A or B.
Yes, I mean it should.
That's kind of the situation we're in.
What would you prefer?
We are close to the Duragar stronghold again. We could always attempt to finish off what's going on in there.
Yeah. It would only take you guys roughly like 3 to 4 hours to get back to the Duragar stronghold. Even though the terrain kind of sucks, you could do it if you rushed.
We don't know where the dragon is, and we don't really have a method of catching up with it. We might as well try and cut off the head of this beast.
So we're gonna leave
Yeah.
all the people.
There aren't
The
any
people
people.
already
Well, where
dead.
are the people? Do we know where the people went? We could rally with them and try
Yeah,
to defend if the dragon
Brother and
goes
Henri
there.
did see refugees over by Redwaters. The thing he was able to see refugees. Theoretically, these are refugees, but from East Haven, they were close to Redwaters.
and look, I killed 5 or 6 of them in 30 minutes. Yeah, that doesn't seem like
Yeah.
a lot, but if every one of us worked together, we could probably
If only you had waited the 45 minutes for all of us to get here.
Is there a problem?
Look, I think it's only going to be a matter of time until we go loud in this city, and then we have 120 Duragar. The only reason we lasted with half of that outside of the room was because we had them all barricaded outside, and we were funneling them towards us. I mean, the numbers just don't work out, no matter how you look at it.
Well, I'm just saying, with all these other cities that are around here, if they don't have, especially in this environment, they don't have anywhere to go. uh, Dying in the wilderness is just as bad, if not worse, than being placed through a sword.
We have to stop the dragon.
Yes.
Yeah, the dragon.
Do
I
we
mean,
think there's something in the stronghold that could aid us in stopping the dragon?
We could attempt to. I mean, I'm
It's a-
sure that they've planned this out, or we could try maybe somebody from the stronghold is controlling it. Could try
It's a
cutting off head of whoever's doing that.
it's a shot in the dark, but
I mean, anything at this point is a
Is
shot in the
there
dark.
some place where
doesn't
the
it have to
people
pass
who are
water back here?
refugees are caravanning or holding up?
Well, unless you can do another sending, basically what the brother had told the speaker was to start evacuating, and so essentially you've seen refugees already walking at Redwaters. The idea would probably be, if you thought about it, that like it's whatever would make the most sense. So if refugees literally started escaping, they would just pick the safest thing they could possibly get to try to get out of Icewind Dale. Um, Now, let me show you the map, and I'll give you an example of what that could be. So here, so at if we look at the map on concept board, and we go through and I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. Can you see it now? The only road out of Icewind Dale is down this way, so all the way down here.
I mean, if we
So
can keep the dragon off the escapees, that's
yeah.
something.
So there's really
And
only
if the
one.
dragon shows up, then we take it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or that's we're helping people, which that's the reason I don't know about you, but that's the reason I do this.
Well, personally, I think I want to stop the dragon, but like you said, we're always going to be behind the ball. So why don't we go back to the stronghold then?
I mean,
Look,
I reckon, and I don't have anything to back this up with, but it's working with them, so it's communicating with them. If we give it a reason to come to a place that we want it, we can choose our fight.
okay, so let's go back to the king.
The king would likely summon the dragon to his defense.
I mean, he could also be
Also,
controlling it. We could kill the people, maybe it, you know.
if
Or at least threaten
if
his
we
life.
try and if we try and find the dragon and we don't, people are just gonna be dead, and the entire land is gonna be subjugated. If we at least kill their leader, they might kill everyone, burn the towns. But if what that Duchess said is true, they'll at least have a home to return to, even if it's a
Yeah.
burned one.
Like, let's cut the head of the snake off. Like, we're trying to catch up to it, and we're always left in the wake.
Well,
Let's
why
just.
did? Okay,
Let's go
all
get
right.
the king.
Let's go.
I thought the plan was different because we ran over here to the first place.
Well,
Well,
I
our
mean,
plan has to change because the situation is changing.
All right,
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's no
We can't get
dragon
ahead of
here.
the dragon,
no,
and we
but
can't show up at a town, where everyone's already being killed. So let's go to the king, threaten his life, and maybe he'll either summon the dragon to him to fight us, therefore
oh,
getting us in front of it, or we'll kill him and nobody will be controlling the dragon anymore.
I like option B a lot.
Okay, so what does everyone think for the sake of time?
I mean,
Stronghold or
Okay.
stronghold or
Stronghold's
another
really
town?
Stronghold's really all we got. By the time we get to another town, you're right.
All
All
right.
right.
Let's go.
I mean, at the
Okay.
very least, if we're successful enough, the people can live in the stronghold.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Cool.
I just hope
So,
there's people left. That's fine. Okay.
all right. So you guys decided to look it back to the stronghold.
Mhm.
Here, let's get back
Do we
there.
remember where that portal into the forge is?
The portal into the forge was high up in the mountain. It was carved out like way higher up than I think we could get to, right?
I mean, you could actually get back. No, you could actually get back to where that was. The only thing is if you remember, getting back into that area is hit or miss. It's possible to get back into the forge for sure, but the forge was also kind of a bottleneck there. It depends on. I mean, a lot of time has passed. You would think they would have already breached the area and investigated it, so it might be fine. It may not. You'll have
I
to
think a
decide.
I think a bottleneck will actually work more in our favor because they have numbers on us.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That way they
Bottleneck
can only
worked.
attack us from one direction.
The bottleneck worked to our favor last time. I do
How
not see
high
why it shouldn't work again.
how high up the mountain was that little passage?
It was only 30 to 40 feet, but there was actually a passage that was carved out, so you could actually like go up into it. There was like stairs, but they were like iced over, a little dangerous. but it's definitely something that now that you guys know where it's at, you can get back to it.
Yeah, I'll do
You
that.
have two options. You can go in the front door, or you can go back into where you came from last time.
I prefer doing that.
My camp, with my original camp that I set up, I've been living out of for this whole time, would be outside the front door, right?
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
So it's getting a little darker. It's probably roughly 6 o'clock, but the blizzard makes this like unbearably bad. It's hard to tell time, but 6 is reasonable.
I vote back door.
I see. I believe the back door is a wise idea as well. They very well could have seen to protecting the front area once again.
Okay. All right. So it does take you a painful. It actually takes you a little longer. So it takes you roughly almost 5 hours to get back. The blizzard is awfully bad at this point, to the point that it's like really really nasty. And so it does take you an extra hour to get back. However, you are able to get back right where you left off. Um, no one's actually guarding this area at all. Like as a matter of fact, it doesn't look like they even maybe knew about it, because as you get back and look at it, not only is the illusion still up, um, but you don't hear like anyone, like even on your past prisoner going through investigation, it doesn't appear like anyone's in the forge currently. Um, Once you step past that illusion, you'll be able to see in the forge though.
Best to prepare for a battle, I suppose.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
so we do make it. Did we make it back into the forge? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys are
Okay.
back into the forge. You just haven't pressed the barrier yet. Once you do, let me know. Meaning you
I'm
haven't
gonna
walked past the
repress
illusion.
my long strider.
Okay. Yep.
Did the dragon heart, like, is it still there, or did someone take it?
No, it was cut down. It was actually cut down and going through. I don't know if did anyone take the remains of the dragon heart? That's a
That's
good
what I was
question.
asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so it's still there.
Did there seem to be any use of it?
If it was unmolested, yes, but since it's been infused with Chardolin, it's pretty much worthless for my uses.
It's also like once he cut into it, it started to decay pretty rapidly.
Okay.
It was a fully like beating fleshed heart, but once he cut into it, it's like it aged premature, like really really quickly and started decaying.
I'm speaking in character. I'm gonna peek into this forge, see if it's safe, and if it is, I'll come back out and let you guys know.
Yeah, so surprisingly, all the forges are off, and no one's in this room right now.
Mhm.
It's a lot.
And the air has been cleared out substantially. You know that haze? It's now mostly gone.
Okay, I pop back out and tell them that.
Yep.
How are we looking?
It seems safe in there. Well, I mean, safe is a relative way to say it, but there's no
Yeah.
one in there.
Yeah. Well. All right.
All right. Cool. All right. So who wants to go see like beyond where we were before? We can step ahead until we get to like this area here. So this is, if you remember, that's where like that misty place was. You don't hear anything. You don't see any Drugar. Oh God, I have to get rid of all these guys. Hold on.
Yeah, Grin will have gone and checked out where that bridge that we took down was.
Your name was Kino, right?
Yes, it was. Also, be on the lookout for it.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Is that still a thing?
No idea. I am not allied with it.
Oh.
I
Oh.
just look. It's just an item. It's hit or miss.
Oh.
So yes.
Oh.
I mean,
Is the bridge still down, Chris?
It's still down. It looks like they never breached the area.
Well.
we have it on this side if we ever want to put it back because we just
It
put
is
it
on
off
that
the
side. It is absolutely on this side. Yes.
Great.
tentacle's
So,
still there.
what was that you made, by the way?
I mean, it was a devil. I'm not sure if I in character would know exactly which devil it was, but it looked pretty powerful.
So we'll have to get down with that now as well. Fantastic.
I
Do I
mean,
hear
there was a
anything?
lot of Duragar.
Do I hear anything?
Nothing.
I mean, is it here permanently or does it go away?
It's he doesn't know. And the thing is that it's deathly quiet.
We'd probably. I mean, it was covered in chains. We would probably hear.
It's also much darker than when it was previously in here.
Dark vision, dude. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
who doesn't have dark vision?
Brother.
Henri?
yeah. Yeah, that's why this is the actual, like, if you guys look in the stream right now as it catches up, this is the actual like thing. It's much darker than it was.
So it's like basically pitch black in most of the areas.
Not it's not pitch black, but it's low light in most of the areas.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Ibram,
So, yeah, what's up?
do you know where the king resides in this place? You know this place.
I've heard about it, but I've never been there.
Yeah, Ibram doesn't know exactly where the throne room is. He just knows that it's in the upper northern part somewhere, but he's never been inside.
My plan was to uh, get an audience and just pop that dude in the throat with an arrow and just hightail it out of there.
Yep.
But wrenches and gears, I guess.
Yeah. So Gren, as you were looking, by the way, you see blood splattered on the walls here as well, and it's much colder in this section. But there's plenty of blood and stuff like basically splattering the walls. But you also see some weird, um, like maybe arcane script written in blood all over the walls. But you're at an angle where you won't be able to really start looking at this until you get over the bridge.
I tell the party that.
Okay.
Well,
How
This
far is
could
it
be a
away?
problem.
if it's Durgar blood, no problem.
Uh,
I
with a
think it must be a
60
problem.
foot dark vision, would I be able to tell if I could read it or not?
So it's obscured because of the angle. You can see it pretty clearly, and you can see that it's something that's written in Infernal.
Oh,
Um,
shit.
but
Oh,
but you cannot read it because of the angle. You're gonna have to get over there and see what it is.
Here,
I
Grain,
suppose as much as can.
give me a help
Yeah.
with the bridge.
Yep, I do.
Okay. So you guys go ahead. It only takes like a couple minutes to get that bridge back. And as as you go through and start to look, it looks like whatever is written in blood looks like some kind of either it looks like maybe warding, maybe summoning. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
can I roll one as well?
Of course, yeah. Once you get over there, you can look at it too.
I do
And
speak Infernal too.
and Grin
Yep,
is just
perfect.
watching the hallways just for any movement.
Yeah,
11.
it's eerily no movement at all. There's like nothing. Uh, you don't
He's on
know.
like he's
It
on like
looks
super high alert though. He's like
yeah. I mean, it's written in Infernal, so but you really don't know. It's way beyond anything that you've ever seen. Um,
19.
so Abel, the only thing that you can see is that it looked like someone tried to do some kind of blood ritual here with basically like blood magic, something with death. It absolutely looks like it's tied to in some ways like hell or Avernus, or it's demonic in some nature. But again, this is not anything you've ever studied. You don't really know how this magic even works. It looks like they were trying to open up a gateway or something. Doesn't appear like it's functioning at this point, but certainly they're trying.
Uh,
I pass all that on, kind of speaking it out as I'm reading it.
Yeah,
Is that bad?
Pointing to the different marks.
yeah,
I mean, it looks like it's unsuccessful, so right now it's neutral. It's not anything because it's a failure of a rune, a glyph.
yeah.
Perhaps we
Good.
should deface it just in case, regardless.
I
But
agree.
clearly something went down here, like something decently big went down here, maybe. And as you guys start to go over, this is what you see too.
Now we have a
Uh,
devil controlling a chartland dragon.
you do have so once you breach this area here, there's 30 Drugar bodies sliced open. Some of them literally have been decapitated with their heads stuck into the wall, and you notice that this is a much bigger thing. Like as the like severed heads and mutilated bodies go through, it was all part of the ritual itself. It looks like whatever killed them was also writing the runes because their body and their gore are part of this, and it extends all the way down the hallway over here to this area where you see more dead Drugar.
This
Let me know if you want to go.
This
might
seems
be a
pretty
safe
clearly
bet.
like a larger creature wrote it on the wall, not short little Durgar.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, because the script is all the way up to like 7 feet tall. So yeah, it looks like it was a larger creature.
Kino,
Yes.
nice, good job.
Thank you.
But all of them are dead. Every single one of them.
Good.
Thorough
Okay,
solution.
is there like a trail of bodies we can follow?
There is. So couple things. So there's here. Let me get the light up so you guys can see this better too. Okay. All right. So a couple different things. There absolutely is. So the trail goes all the way to here in the throne room. And Ibram, as you walk in, you notice that you don't see the Duchess anywhere, but her guard are completely slaughtered. Her guard are just like dead going through here.
Is her little
And again,
baby dragon dead?
no, it's gone with her. It looks like, but at the same time, as you're looking through and going through things, it looks like there's a blood smear that goes all the way up to here. It looks like he found his way out.
It looks
Uh-oh.
like he found his way out. The devil.
Potentially, because there's gore and bodies, like, but there's like blood smears that are very much against this wall that go all the way up.
Did he head towards the wandering path thing?
You're not sure yet because you haven't come up this part. If you want to go, if you want to follow, like if everybody wants to follow, obviously we can do that. But there's gore. But here's the thing: the script keeps going. This ritual, whatever he's trying to do, if it's him, it's all over this too. All kinds of runes and everything else. Those sacrifices. Go.
Yikes.
Henri,
Hmm?
you might want to keep an eye out with the true sight, just for anything invisible, just in case.
I will tell Butterball to keep an eye out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Butterball does. Go ahead and make a perception check with Butterball too.
If this whole
It's all
adventure
right.
thing doesn't work out, you have a prodigious career in Durgar killing.
You know what? I might as well
Oh,
have Princess Sprinklebottom do the same since she has blind sight.
Okay.
Hang on, I gotta go look
True,
up what
true
a
sight, you mean, right?
No, she's
bonus the pseudo
blindsight.
dragon
Oh,
gets.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to see invisible necessarily, but she would be able to see if like they're moving or like, yeah,
I'm a big fan of your
or
work.
if they can smell. Yeah, she can smell. But go ahead. Sorry, Henri. What was that?
Just had to look up like what modifier a pseudo dragon
Oh,
would get.
gotcha. I think it's
They naturally have a +1 to wisdom.
yeah. If you want, I can roll it too. It's up to you.
I got it.
Okay.
10. That's mediocre.
13.
Yeah. All right. So as you guys are going through, the pseudo dragon doesn't notice this all at once, but as you've been in the room for a little bit and as you keep going, as you're like descending here, or sorry, not ascending to try to like get ready to maybe follow it, you notice that behind the throne, he sees her sticking out a bit. She is completely invisible and in a little like safe panic like cubby area that she has not fully been able to go through. It looks like she was missed because of that, but she's still inside. He's sure. He actually sees her like foot invisible, and he tugs on. She tugs on you. Sorry, Henri. She's like, there, I see it. Whatever that is, let's go get it.
What do you see?
I said a foot, and she shows you. She lets you see with her eyes.
A foot?
Yeah, it looks like it's the Drugar woman. That she's got like a built-in panic room behind her throne, but it's just a small like cubby area. She must have just had just enough time to get behind it, but she couldn't close it all the way. But she is invisible, which is presumably why it passed her.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn to Kino and I'm gonna say that the woman from before seems to be alive. The Dwergar
oh,
woman.
um, oh, well, then, maybe we should alert her to, you know,
What she summoned?
And I'm gonna lean in close to Kino. I'm gonna whisper, if we talk to her, she might figure out that we're the ones who, you know, released the chain devil or the demon and caused all this.
I'm just the sword is out and uh hello.
She's so okay. What do you want to do? Because so she's behind this throne, and she's like in this small area. So do you just want to say that out loud? Because if so, nothing comes back. She obviously doesn't want anyone to see her, and she believes that she's invisible, so she has no reason to respond to you.
Why don't you let Elda do this?
If I see Kino trying to speak to the woman, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna like yell out like, Miss Dwergo lady behind the throne, excuse me.
Really?
Okay.
Wait,
Yep.
hello.
She
Does anybody have oil? Does anybody have oil?
I might have a little left over.
Yeah,
what do
let's
you need?
kill our only ally in this.
she
What
anyway, so
do you
she
mean
she
only ally?
she scrambles out and she like starts like basically screaming. She's like, if you're gonna kill me, just kill me.
Well,
But
Grin
she's
approaches
clearly
her.
stressed out.
Wait, no. We've come to talk. Just turn visible and we can
Ignore
let
that.
you we can let I'm clearly you haven't seen what happened outside. We just want to inform you about what happened.
All right, so she gets out because she knows that if she stays in there and you guys start jabbing her with stuff, she's dead anyway. So she does get out. She's disheveled. You can tell that she's like frightened, scared, and she says, "We are literally being invaded by a demon or demons or whatever. On top of that, I started the insurrection without you because I didn't know what happened. All hell has broken loose. I have no idea what's going on up top." But she said, "How did you pass the demon? Where did it come from?"
There was a back door to the forge.
Yeah, but what? Where did the demon came from? The forge? It's like that must have been something we summoned.
That
Guess so.
really seems like not
What
important
they
right
were
now.
what they were
And
doing in the forge was
Grin is going to equip
interesting.
his glaive
Okay.
and just like have it out.
Yep.
Where is the king or whoever? I don't remember his name.
She says Zardoc. She says I have no idea, to be honest. Like I said, I started the insurrection without you. Thanks. She said also. She said, but it doesn't matter. We're literally getting swarmed by demons. It must be something my husband summoned or something. But
Must be.
all yeah, but all hell has broken loose.
Quite literally.
Sure, it's just the one.
We need to find him. You need to tell us where he could be either hiding or
She
where
said my
he
if she
where he
said
could
if
be.
she said if she said my husband must be in his throne room. She said because he released the dragon, which means the plan has already been enacted.
Where is that?
She said you're going to have to go back up from where you came. And she said it's complicated, but she said that I mean she could. She said that she'd be willing to come with you, but you're going to have to protect her from whatever. And as soon as she sees the demon, she's going to run.
Kino, may I
it's
have a
going to be
word?
hard to protect if you run from us.
Yeah.
You may not because we're talking to the queen.
Isn't she the Duchess?
Yeah, she said she was the Duchess.
Yeah,
Is
Kino,
the
shut up.
is her dragon okay? Does she have her dragon?
You don't see it yet.
Okay, if I don't
It's
see it, then
yeah.
I'm gonna ask her. If her,
Doesn't she think that they're like slave mercenaries?
She does. She does. Yep.
And you don't look like the drow that she talked to before either.
No, but I turned into
Sure.
a human in front of her, and I said that I was using it as a spell to disguise myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yep.
fair.
it's just a really long disguise spell.
Yep.
Huh?
But no, she does. She does. She's actually like you can tell that she's a little discombobulated, but on top of that, she's stressed and going through things at the same time. But she's terrified. She's absolutely terrified about what she saw. But she does come back to you and she says, "Look," she says, I'm only going with you if you promise to protect me, and we're going to get out of here." She said, "I'm happy to do that."
Yes. Also,
I
like,
promise that.
if you'll allow me a few words, where is she actually standing right here? She's standing right on
Let me
top
get
of the
her.
steps.
Yeah, I'll get her model out. Hold on. Yeah, because it'll be easier for you guys. But She is. Let's get a placeholder for her. She's right here. She's right by the throne now.
How many of your guard remain, Your Highness?
She said all of the ones down here were slaughtered, but I have many, many more that were that were fighting off the insurrection. So the plan was to take the castle and then basically just stay in our stronghold until the Charlatan Dragon was over. And by the way, did you ask her, Henri, about the Charlatan Dragon?
Yes.
Okay. She like puts her hand out and she shows you many many pieces of like broken like Charlatan that are gone through. She said it stopped working minutes after whatever happened started happening, and she shows you it looks like it's been broken. There's no like glowing light on the inside. It's not moving. It's broken into a couple pieces.
All right,
It's
Chris.
yeah. Yep.
Does it look like it's fixable?
Abel, you would be able to put the Charlatan back together again, but you don't know how it was glowing on the inside. It had some kind of glow on the inside that was animating it.
Do I think it
But
had
you could
something to
definitely
do
put the
with the
Charlatan
heart?
back together. You don't know. You're not sure.
Mm.
I mean,
I'll
it
tell her.
didn't kill the
If you have all
dragon.
the parts-
It didn't kill the dragon, but
I'll
like
tell
the
her
big
if
one.
you have all the parts, I can try to put that together for you at some point.
She said, "Yeah." She said, "Of course." She said, "If you really think you can fix it." She said, "I came to
Okay.
really like this, so she would owe you a favor if you tried to fix it for her." You're not sure if you can though, Abel. You'll have to
Listen, as
look at it.
long as you don't make any trouble for us getting up there, I am happy to protect you, and we'll look at seeing if I can fix this. I feel confident I'll find some way to make it work.
She said, "Okay." Yeah, she nods. You can tell she just wants to get out of the castle at this point, by the way. All right. So if you guys, if so, she does tell you briefly what happened. So she saw this large chained demonic entity come through and just rip her guards to shreds, and then and she saw that all from the back as she was invisible. As that was happening, she was slowly trying to slide the last like piece over. And she had time because she explains to you that she heard the screams of multiple Drugar, and her guards helped her into her like panic place while they were going to fight. She thought it was her husband that figured out the insurrection was coming to like basically like kill her outright. It was not, and so she got to see like the last minutes of it, and it took a good like hour in here, like doing this weird ritual with their body parts and like basically painting the walls with these arcane symbols and blood, and then it left and went up.
Right. Abel's going to instruct his defender to guard her.
Okay.
And Kino's going to flank her other side, and I'm
Yeah.
holding in my offhand the gem of seeing.
Okay.
And I will be at her rear.
Okay.
Gross.
All right. So to get out of this room, we do have to climb up into this area.
Um,
Grin will climb up and then help to pull people up.
Okay. All right. So if you guys do that, you can, and then you can jump back down here. If you remember, there's that weird, like, the thing that Ibram had warned you about over in this direction to the Underdark, and then you guys can still now. You just have to climb back up, get back up to the way that you came, all the way up here, to get back to the beginning of this thing. Now, as you do get down and drop off, there is a looks like it's heading towards this direction here, but it's weird. And the reason why I say that is because the blood stops right where the thing goes, and then there's more blood that's coming back in the other direction. So there's blood in this room all the way up to here, and like pieces of gore and other things, and it does extend upwards, but it also stops here and just like stops. Ibram, you don't think that's so weird because the minute that you basically cross the threshold, it's almost like you're going through a portal or something anyway. It's like some kind of magic you don't truly understand that you don't want it to be like, have any part of. So that's not necessarily a thing, but it looks like maybe it went that direction and came back.
doubled back.
And the rope is still up the 150-foot thing. I left the grappling hook with the rope.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it used the rope at all.
he go
No,
into
there's
the
pieces
underworld?
of there's still blood being painted up the cliffside here. The rope looks like it was completely and utterly like not.
All right, so who's good at climbing? Grin, you should go up first. Maybe Ibram too, to scout, and then the queen can go in the middle. We'll
I am
protect her from the front and back. Or is that all right with you, sir?
fine with me.
All right. Your orders are mine to follow.
Yeah, good plan.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna go after the king, and it wouldn't be quicker to stay down here and go through uh, the corridors down here.
His throne is up.
Yeah, we go up, sir.
Yeah, the throne room is up. The throne room, you would know this, Ibram, is
Yeah, but
over in the structure. Yep.
doesn't she have supporters down on this level? Is what I was getting at.
They've open
Or
killed.
Oh,
they
so
all
if
they
you
all
ask
been
her,
have they all been
she
killed?
actually says that they don't go into the Underdark area here. She says only my husband does. She said we actually. She says I've never actually been past this area. She said the reason I'm actually down here too is that he separated me. So everything that she needs to live essentially and to be with her guards or whatever, she's been isolated down in this area by the forge. She explains this to you. She was actually kind of like he didn't trust her, so he placed her down here with a bunch of Duragar and she's been kind of like stuck in there because he was worried that she might at some point like betray him. Um, but she's had guards that have been communicating with letters and stuff up on the top. That's why the majority is up here on this side.
Your Highness, sorry to be brash, but do you have any capacity to defend yourself if the need arises?
She said I can. She said if I need to.
Do you need a
And
weapon? Do you have one?
She shows you that she does. She does have a weapon. She
further,
said I'm not nearly as good as like my guards. She said, but I can fight if I need to.
furthermore, I have
What
two
did she
further
have?
questions.
Yep.
What first off, or like Tyler was saying, what is she wielding?
She's wielding a very large, heavy mace.
Okay, and my two
Oh, nice.
questions being, um, are there any artifacts, items, or weapons that you know exist within this fortress that would be a boon to us if we were to acquire them?
She said it's possible that my husband does have magic items potentially in the throne room. She said, but as far as like what his actual arsenal is, he's kept it a secret from me.
And my second and final question
Well,
were that if your husband were to die, would his guards lay down their weapons, or is there any that would assume
She,
his place as the next king,
she
aside
said
from
she
yourself?
said if he dies and you allow me to speak, I'm confident that I can take over the remaining Drugar. They'll be loyal to me.
Well, is
Okay.
there any other that could contend for either of your places? Any?
She said it potentially. She said, but honestly, she said I'm of royal blood. It would be. She said that it would have to be like a full-on insurrection. She said otherwise they're going to follow me.
Well,
She said I'm next in line.
I've heard many cautionary tale of clans that have lost both their figureheads and have had their members scattered to the wind to be picked up by roaming tribes of other Durgar.
She said exactly. They should be as long as I'm alive. They should be loyal to me.
Right, and we don't want them to scatter.
Yep.
Henri, are you gonna be in my backpack when I'm climbing this wall?
Should I be?
How good are you at climbing?
I'm gonna like hold up my arms and like flex my muscles and their little sticks.
And
So excellent.
I am just as strong as she is.
You should probably get in the backpack.
Okay.
Back in
Alright.
the bag of holding with I.
Grin's gonna start climbing once she's secured.
Yep.
Do you need any
Cool.
guidance?
Well,
And
no,
give me
it's just
guys,
straight
give
up,
me
right?
give me 5 minutes, guys. I just have to use the restroom real quick. Because if anybody has to use the restroom, now's a good time. But I'll be right
Good
back.
idea.
Tom, I thought this bitch was dying right now.
Give it a bit.
I think that she's still useful to us, at least for a little while.
I don't know how you.
She's very quite useful.
Grin is
She
just
probably knows
seething
how to.
and he hates Durgar.
Tom,
We had
Same.
we had that entrance to the throne room that we couldn't get through, right?
She
no.
she
Yeah.
is dying while we're here. Like one way or the
Well,
other.
I just want
She
to
is
You're
not
gonna
point
be
out
living.
that
crossing
Abel
two
said
people
he
if
would
you do
protect
that.
We need, like, the king's gonna. If she doesn't die in the next 10 minutes, like we fucked up. Like we have to kill her.
No,
Yeah,
We
she
have
has
to
to
kill
die.
her,
frankly.
but
Grin,
I think
Grin, Grin doesn't know how Brother and Abel feel about it, but if he does know that they don't want her dead, he's not going to cross them.
Yeah, neither will Ebram. But if we kill the king and she's alive, then she dies immediately.
oh
Right.
yeah, that's fine.
Just
But I think
understand. Abel told her, "I will protect you and get you out as long as you stay out of the way. Get us up there." And then he told his defender to guard her. Abel doesn't lie a lot, so just
It's
take
true.
that how you saw it.
I'm worried about the a lot that you tacked onto there. What else have you lied
I,
about, Abel?
I don't know that I have.
I mean, all I know is that Grin has
Alright.
been wanting to kill it.
Well, he would have had his chance if he didn't cast a chain devil into the place.
Well, look, I'm sorry I took all the kills. All
Oh,
right.
I'm sure there's going to be lots of
Kill
Durgar
stealing.
No,
stuff.
that
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah,
You
I'll
have
be
a
right
prodi-
back.
You have a prodigious talent in the
No,
Durgar
that's the
case.
thing. I didn't plan for there to be a chain devil in this place. It's good random stuff that will have an impact. So
I imagine it's like that scene from Inglorious Bastards where they break Hugo Stiglitz out of prison. It's like,
there's literally 100 things, by the way, that I can summon. So it's
I,
yeah.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh,
This
don't
whole
worry.
stronghold-
Tomorrow we'll summon another.
This whole
I
stronghold
whisper.
has become the caverns in The Descent.
Yeah.
There's just a fucking monster somewhere in here that's
Yeah.
murdering
God.
everything.
Honestly, it makes it so much more tense and cool. I love that. I love that
It's a horror movie now.
there might be a chain devil just roaming the halls, and we don't know what's behind every corner. Like we're expecting Durgar, but we're gonna round the corner, and it's gonna be like Slender Man just standing there.
Oh yeah.
If
It's
this chain
something-
devil is going around on its own, murdering every Durgar in this place, it's way more dangerous than all the other Durgar.
I'm a fan of it if it's doing
It
that.
definitely is.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, thumbs up, man.
High five.
Yeah, but that's not gonna it's not gonna be like, oh, thanks, dude. It's gonna just keep killing.
Well,
You
I
It-
don't
can't,
know
you
that.
can't reason with devils.
if we don't get rid of it
You act-
while we're here, it's gonna become basically the same problem but with demons.
The worst thing
It's
that happens
gonna happen.
is it takes control of the Chartland Dragon and takes it back down to Avernus to fight in the Blood War.
That
I
sounds
don't
so
think
cool.
that's the worst possible case. It's
That
pretty bad,
sounds
but I don't think that's the worst case.
A Chartland Dragon fighting in the Blood War, I would see that. I would like to see that. Piss Tiamat right the fuck off.
Yeah, I mean it wouldn't be great, but hey, it's close to her. She could deal with it more directly.
No, Arcan would be like, she'd be like, go. Arcan would be like, I'm gonna kill that right now.
Honestly, though,
Yeah.
what a fucking nightmare this is.
No,
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. Like,
Loving this.
Well, I mean, in character, this is a nightmare.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, this is my mission. It just got substantially more complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grin is on a hair trigger for killing this woman, but he
Oh.
won't
Yeah.
cross Brother and Abel.
But
He
this
won't
no,
do that.
this is great though, guys, because like literally everything you guys are doing, everything is like very permanent world impact. It's very good stuff. You guys are definitely gonna have a massive impact on Faerun after this is done.
If we throw her ass off the top of this cliff, she's gonna impact the ground.
He's
Yeah.
also completely not playing along with the Ibram's in charge thing, like Kino is.
I think Elda actually is in charge. I'm like assisting, but I think we kind of set the precedent that she's in charge.
Yeah.
I'm currently just, a kobold to fool people into thinking I'm much more meek than I am.
That's why the entire time I was like, Elda.
Nope, she's. I realize I didn't transform back, and a kobold is not a great look unless I come up with an excuse.
So who's going up the rope first is the question.
I'll go. I'll just go ahead and roll this.
Yeah,
And
go
Grin
for
will
it.
aid however he can.
Is it athletics or acrobatics?
It can be either.
Oh, bitch.
Yeah, I'll be casting guidance.
Yeah, it's just going up differently while using the So if you want to do athletics, it's pure rope. If you want to do acrobatics, you can use the rope with the branches.
21 acrobatics.
Yeah, you're fine. You went up.
I was worried about that.
Yeah, this is kind of a treacherous
And
yep.
but when I get up, I'm just gonna roll stealth, and I'm gonna see what I can see, and
Okay.
I'll signal everyone else if it's safe.
Guard the hallway.
I am gonna have a butterball fly up separately.
Okay.
I-
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm establishing that beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Gonna land
So
on it.
Chris,
uh,
I need
yeah,
to
go ahead.
have Grin climb. I should do that, right?
every
Yeah, yeah,
team,
yeah. Yep.
every team stack needs a doorman.
Yeah, so as you get up, there is more blood in this area, there's more blood, same runes written on the wall. You can hear fighting going on. There's absolutely some fucking fighting that's relatively loud, but it must be far off. You hear swords clashing, shields clashing, chainmail getting hit, screaming in undercommon. It
What is this
doesn't.
word of saying?
It's not. Yeah, they're actually cocking like themselves. So there is a full-on insurrection going on. This doesn't actually sound like the same sounds like when the Chain Devil was just ripping through Duergar and people were screaming in terror. It's different. It's as if the Chain Devil is maybe not like fighting things at this point. It does seem like a full-on Duergar insurrection. That's what you're hearing. Like you're hearing a lot of undercarmen shouting back and forth orders and going through things. You try to get like how many it is, and you can't. It's too much chaos going on.
I will stick a thumbs up over the side of the cliff. Signal's
Yeah.
good, but then I'll poke my head over and do the hush sign, finger to lips.
So I got
Yeah.
a 13 on my athletics.
Okay, that's a you didn't fall.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Right,
Yep. You anything under a 10, you will have problems. But yep.
as
Go ahead.
people are headed up, he's gonna rig up like a little harness if she's not a competent climber,
Okay.
so that
Yeah,
the
that'll help.
steel
Yep.
defender can carry her up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yep.
Did Elda get guidance?
Yeah,
I
she
was,
did. It's
yeah,
just
so she got a 12.
Okay, then you're good. Thank goodness for guidance, but you made it.
God bless guidance.
Yep.
Now the queen.
Yeah, I'll roll for the queen. That's fine.
Wow, steel defender had a little trouble there.
Are you giving her guidance?
yeah.
Okay. What did you roll?
It's at a D4 to that able.
At a D4. All right.
Yeah. She failed, but guidance might push her over the edge.
Well, I'm holding something, so
Chris, are you looking at Discord?
No, I am not.
Sorry, just because you were responding really quickly to people's roles.
Right, that
No,
was
no,
a
no,
9
no.
total.
No, they
I
were
will
telling me what they were.
my defender a flash of genius to make that a 14 total.
Oh, you're got you. Yeah, it's got you. No. Sorry, I rolled for her and failed. So sorry. That's yeah, that's right. You're actually harnessing her up and going through it. 14
Yep.
is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
wait, Abel carrying her up?
Yeah,
No,
Abel's. So
my
basically, he
defender.
had a harness on it. Just it's the defender in case. So she fell, but the defender has a harness on her to go through it. Just make a as he's like going through and getting it. 14 is enough. It's just going to be the defender's going to take like a lot longer than everyone else because she's heavy. So so anyway, everyone gets up. You guys are going to have to wait a little bit for the defender, and her. But
Is the
everybody,
defender climbing the rope?
yeah, the defender's using its strength. Yeah.
Can Grin like help by pulling the rope up while it's climbing to make it
Yeah.
go a little bit faster?
Yeah, once you get up, yeah, you can. Yep. Yeah, you're strong enough, Grin.
Yeah, Grin
You
was
can do
the
that.
second one up.
Yeah, you can totally do that. That's fine. Everyone rolled, right? That we got everyone's rolls.
Brother didn't.
No, I
Okay.
just failed.
Hold on.
Drinking or at the bottom.
Oh. What did you get?
A 2.
Oh God. Okay, so you do have to make so that means you get like halfway up to this. You have to make your dexterity saving throw to see if you can grab onto a branch. If you can't, you fall.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Featherfall
Okay. Yep. Yep.
and then grab it, the rope, get myself secured, and then climb back up.
Yeah, you
Not
can.
with
That's
my
fine.
feet on the
If
ground.
you cast feather fall, it's fine. You can totally just climb up at that point. So That works. All right, brother.
Roll
did
the
you get?
17.
Okay, so you're fine. Brother gets up there too. So, brother,
I got an
you have no
18.
problem getting up. And then Grin eventually, Grin helps, and after like 30, 40 seconds, you go through. Now, when you walk into this area here, remember those runes are still plastered all over the wall. The blood extends all the way to this open door here so far. Do you guys want to keep going?
We're actively defacing these runes as we go by them, right? Like we're actively.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
At least Alpha's gonna be like messing with them so that they're like.
Yeah, we're
Oh, I
defacing.
would've-
The brother is going
Gotcha.
through ruin.
So,
I'm trying to
as,
read them as we go.
so the first time, where did Elda start trying to deface them?
Aldo's been defacing them since we first started seeing them.
All right. So going back, I realized that. So as you go through and try to mess with the runes themselves, you actually have to make a Constitution saving throw. The first, go ahead and make a saving throw and see what happens.
Oh, that's an 11. That's kind of bad.
Okay. All right. So you would have noticed Elda. So Elda immediately as she goes to deface these, she starts to vomit blood. She does take damage. She takes 8 points of damage. And every time you want to deface a rune, you have to go through it. And there's hundreds of these runes.
Did my blood at least deface it?
No. The
You just
minute that
added to it.
the minute that you touched it, this overwhelming heat sickness came over you.
No,
So
I meant
this
like her vomiting blood. Did that at least get on it
No.
and mess up the Okay.
Can
No,
she
no, no,
aim it
no.
at the?
No, this is literally a reaction when you try to deface these runes from Avernus. So they're so essentially you smell the sulfur, you smell this overwhelming smell of fear and death, and you do take your damage on top of it. So it's more than just throwing up. This is a terrible thing. You took 8 points of damage for this, which is as much as getting your stomach opened up with a sword. That's enough to kill 2 commoners. So
All right.
yeah,
Snap back
it's
to the
pretty
present.
bad. Yeah.
Maybe
So you
maybe
guys
don't
try.
touch
Maybe
it.
don't do that.
Yeah, maybe take a rain check on messing with the runes.
So,
Grin's gonna.
Abel, now that you have that information, that the runes themselves, since you were the one that got the highest on the Arcana check, this is the kind of ritual that takes multiple deaths. It's probably why it hasn't worked yet. The Chain
Okay.
Devil is working itself up to killing multiple things. It needs to kill enough to get this ritual to work.
Oh, we need to kind of stop that probably. It seems to be empowering a bigger
Maybe it just
effect.
maybe it just wants to go home.
Uh,
Doesn't
Yeah,
it-
that's really an option, isn't it?
You can't
know-
kill people that we've already killed, so it's
You
a
know, we
scoreboard.
we need you to be less on this devil's side.
I mean,
If you could
yeah.
just do that for us for right now, just be
We
less
just need
on
to stop
the side
letting
of the
her have
devil.
books.
I
Alright.
gotta be honest, I haven't seen a downside to the devil yet either.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
the devil.
it's-
You unleash all the evil dragons. Now you unleash the chain devil that's
Are you
now doing blood
saying-
ritual magic through an entire keep Durgar.
Who unleashed an
Did
evil
you say that
dragon?
in character
She
in front
did.
of the queen?
I am
Yes,
but
I
a
did.
couple-
Wait, she
I am
unleashed
but
an evil dragon?
24 of them, isn't that the number?
I mean, you also helped.
I'm looking over
I only
to
said one.
the Durgar, and I'm like, they're
Yep.
joking with the worst deception ever.
Right.
Grin's gonna.
Yeah, because
Grin's-
she's
I'm
listening
readying
to
a fucking
everything.
action.
She's just saying super silent. Yeah, she's listening to
I'm-
all this.
I'm readying an action as I'm just looking at her.
Grin's gonna address the queen and just ask her which way is the throne room. Like we need to get there as fast as possible.
So she
It's
does. She
important
she
that
she
we
actually
get
points. She points that it's through this doorway, the one that's facing you.
Oh,
Grin heads to that door.
Chris, this will be a standing ready to action. If this queen attacks anyone in the party, I'm putting an arrow in her.
Yep.
And also, because right now she's being carried by the defender.
Yeah.
If
Well,
she gets down,
she's almost up. She's almost up at this point because Tom helped her. So Grin's character is helping her right now. She's literally coming through, breaching the side. So
And you guys all know and recognize the defender is in defense mode too.
yeah, it's protecting her. Yep. Okay.
Sorry, I
So
thought we
she
were all up already.
so she was just getting up then. Sorry, but she was listening to all of this as she was your defender was still helping her. and you were helping her with the rope and everything. But as she gets up, I mean, she's overheard the entire conversation. But I don't think the rope is still on her at this point. I think she's gonna like get the rope off of it, obviously, but she's gonna stand right next to your defender. So the defender is like in front of her. She's behind you guys. So Tom,
Yeah.
you wanted to keep going forward.
Yeah, Grin's pushing forward. He's very impatient.
So you go through and you start hearing sounds of battle that are relatively close. So like Tom, you start like looking through. So Grin's character starts like hearing things down this hallway here. You're pretty sure there's like fighting going on beyond maybe the door over here. So you can safe all the way up to like this door here, but it's pretty obvious at this point there's a pretty decently large battle going on through this door.
Like right on the other side of the door.
Yeah. It's loud enough that you can tell that there's fighting going on.
He thinks for a moment of like kicking down the door, but then he stops and goes back to get the rest of the party.
Okay. Yep.
And obviously tells them.
Yep. All right, guys. So beyond this door is where we're gonna have our first like substantial probably insurrection. That's what you guys are hearing. So, all right.
Time to go to work, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're gonna walk in and go, oh no, everyone protect the queen. Protect the queen of the Duergar that we have with us out in the open.
Protect the queen. She's right there.
She's
We need to
right
protect
there. Look at her.
Everyone, look how good she looks.
I'm holding her up.
All right.
Holding her right above that lava pit. Yay.
Yep.
Sure would be a shame if someone shot her with an arrow. Right, Kino?
Yeah.
All
You're
right.
making my work more difficult, guys. Please stop.
Yeah.
You're making
really.
my work more difficult.
Oh, God
All
forbid
right.
we do something good for a change.
All right. So
She's not good.
I'm
so what's
trying
the
to.
plan? What's the
So
plan for getting
we're
through
all
this
at
door?
the door.
Yeah, everyone's out the door.
Then Grin's gonna kick it in.
Yep,
Alright.
I'm standing next to him.
And yeah, as soon as okay, let's fucking do this, dude.
All right.
Yep.
I'm hyped.
That's gonna be her, by the way. I'm gonna put her in the back with the defender. Yep.
Yeah,
So,
he's just in no mood to sneak around or anything.
all right, cool. Grin kicks through the door. Everyone can go ahead and roll for initiative, as there's clearly a battle going on in here, and I will
Grin
get.
is finally doing Grin things.
Yep.
Kicking
All
in doors.
right. All right.
Chris, I also do not have my shield out. My AC is now a 19.
Okay.
Oh man.
Surprise. So it's a little more chaotic than you guys expected. So as you kick in the door, this group of Durgar, this group of Durgars are fighting this other group of Durgars as well. However, this side of Durgars over here also have these giant reptilian like beasts basically with them. Like
Whoa,
they're
cool.
basically wreaking kind of havoc with the other ones too. The ones with the beasts are clearly winning here. Um, However, for some reason, none of the Drugar are enlarged, which is the first time you've seen that because every single time in combat these Drugar have been enlarged. For some reason, they're not. Um, the uh, the creatures themselves are like no, they look like almost like giant like lizards in some capacity. Maybe like I mean, so the other thing is that they do have uh, they do have like sharp claws that they're very very reptilian. At the same time, they have these like strange markings all over them, as if they've been branded, and those markings glow like purple all over their bodies. But it's so chaotic that it's not like in a place that anybody can like read these unless they actually take an action to do so. Um, but you've never seen anything like these things. They're definitely strange. So. what was the highest that we got on initiative?
Ibram?
Ibram got 20,
Let's see, 22 or 21 for Ibram.
22.
Okay,
I
cool.
roll with initiative. I roll with advantage on initiative. Well, I'm
Cool.
in my favorite terrain, but the highest was a 22.
All right.
Then it looks like Bryn.
I'm using the bathroom real quick.
Green at 19.
Then
Okay,
Abel
cool.
at 18.
Kino at 15.
Tino at 15.
Elda at 12.
Yep. Sorry, guys. I'll have to redo this in 1 second. All right. So Ibram, and then you said the next one was Gren, right?
Yes.
And then who was after that?
Abel.
Abel.
Awesome. Okay.
And then Kino.
All right, and then Kino. Yep. What did you get, Kino?
15.
15. Cool. All right. Wow. Okay. Cool. Who's after Kino?
Elda at 12.
All right. Cool. All right, Elda, you get to go after the Drugar. All right. All right, and then I have to roll one more time for. Wow, she actually gets to go before. Okay. All right. All right. So this is the scene.
I think you missed
Oh,
some people.
yeah, I think
You
you're right.
missed two
Hold on.
people.
Yeah, sorry, Henry. I missed you.
Well, you missed me and brother.
Yep. Oh God, hold on. Oh man, I hope this doesn't. Okay, sorry. What'd you get, Henry?
A 4.
Okay, a 4, and then what'd you get, brother?
He got
I
a
got a
3.
3.
Okay, cool. All right. Where is? Did I like run out of initiative slots? God, I hope not. Hold on. Sorry, guys. This is so weird. Let me put brother. Sorry, guys. It's just a technical problem. I just need to put brother on the board again. Okay. All right, brother. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the scene that you see in front of you. You've got these giant, almost dinosaurian, like lizard creatures that are fighting. You've got it looks like 4 Drugard attacking 4 other Drugard. And the whole scene is chaotic. You're not sure, Ibram, if they recognize you yet, but you have seen there's definitely like a change in the battle dynamic as the door bursts open. So it's possible that some of them have seen you. What would you like to do?
Can I identify which are queens, which are rebels, and which are loyalists?
So that's the hard part, but it looks like to the best of your ability, um, it looks like the ones on the outside are breaching in this direction.
Well,
So
who
they're
would
pushing
occupy
in
this
this
room?
direction. Yeah.
I've definitely been in this room before. Who would occupy it?
So this is actually like a bureaucracy room. So this is where like some of the generals would sit to basically go through and like talk about war strategies. And it looks like this side is pressing towards the area over here, which should be the throne room, and this side is defending with the lizards.
Okay, so I will shoot one of the defenders, the
Okay.
nearest one to me. Um,
Yep.
and I'll get my dread ambusher on this turn as well as
Go for it.
I get advantage against
Yep.
people that haven't gone.
Yep.
Okay, let me. And I'm also doing sharpshooter, so -5 to hit plus 10 damage.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay, so 15 to hit. I'm sorry, 21 or 17 to hit because they're my
Yeah,
third
17
base
hits.
too.
17 hits. Yep.
Okay, so and for the next one, why did I not? For my next attack, it'll be that's only a 15 to hit.
15 does not
I'm
hit.
sorry, that's not. That's a 10 to hit because I took a -5
Yeah, yeah,
modifier.
yeah. Yep.
10
Nope,
hit.
that one doesn't hit.
Last one. Last one is a 21 to hit.
Yep. So how much damage for the two?
I'm rolling. I have to roll other stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me do math. 18, 23, 29, 49 points of damage.
That kills him outright. So this Drugar is now dead.
All right, and bonus action hide. I'm
Yep.
gonna go to the
Cool.
side wall and bonus action hide with a 24 stealth, and that is my turn.
Cool. Cool. Very cool. All right. Okay. All right. Who's next? I'll take him off the board when I can. Yep. Cool. All right, Grin. Yep. What would you like to do?
How far away from them are how
1,
far
2,
away
3,
from them
4,
am
5. You can get 30 feet is right here. If you rush.
I? I have
30
40
feet.
feet.
Oh, 40? You're good. You can get to this guy here, and you can actually get to this guy here as well. You can get to the first defender over here.
Okay, so before he does run out,
Yep. Yep.
who? Sorry, where I was, who was within 10 feet of me?
Oh,
Sorry.
back here? It was
Yeah, from where I started.
Ibram. Ibram.
Am I still in the backpack?
That's up to you.
Yeah, you could have gotten out. I would have allowed you to get out.
Yeah,
Frontline
I just want to
Yeah.
like make sure that we establish that before Gridden runs in.
Yeah.
So it was just
that's fine.
Ibram that was within 10 feet of me?
Correct.
Okay, Grin rages.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ibram, Abel. No, that's not true. It's Ibram, Abel, brother, and Kino.
Okay, so Grin rages, and all of those people get 3 temporary hit points
Okay, cool. Yep.
because
Sweet.
of his, Storm Soul.
Yep.
So he rages and he rushes in to just the nearest Duergar. He's not concerned about which side is who, just whichever one's the
Okay,
closest.
so this one's the nearest one. Yeah, this one over here. Yep.
How long
All right.
has it been since he's raged?
In real life, like 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
Happy
yeah,
for
and
you, Tom.
he's gonna hit it with his glaive.
Cool. All right.
He's gonna do a real good job.
Yep. Go for it.
So the first one's a 12.
Okay, that one does miss, unfortunately.
Oh.
The second one's a 19.
That hits. Yep.
And okay, so hold on.
Yep.
Sorry, I have to bring something up now.
We've taken down one person from both sides.
As a bonus action.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. No, sorry. I got myself confused. Yeah, as a bonus action, he's going to attack.
I think you raged for a bonus action.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind then. So he just does a total of 13 magical slashing.
All right. Cool. Yep. Yeah. You cut into this guy's chest. He is not only surprised but not looking directly at you, but you get a clean shot in. He's bleeding all over. All right, Abel.
All right. Abel's gonna try to get up next to the stairway here behind the candle.
I'll say you guys were right behind the door too to help you out because that was not fair. So, but yep. That's fine. So you want to go right by? You said the candle. Yep.
The candle at the top above, like
Yep.
next to the stairs above it.
Yep. Yep. I see it. Yep. What would you like to do?
And he's gonna use the tool to Eldritch Blast
Yep.
whoever Grin just hit.
Okay, go for it.
It's a 17. Will that hit?
That hits.
Eldritch Blast does what? 1d10?
Yeah, it's 1d10, I believe. Yep.
It's 2d10.
Oh, it might be
Alrighty.
2d10 for you now. Yeah.
Oh, it's 2 rays,
Yeah. Yep.
right?
Yep.
So 4 points of damage to one.
Yep.
Because I can't type well. That one will hit as well for 10.
Oh yeah, you kill him. All right.
It's a +1 focus. Does that add to damage as well, or just a hit?
I believe it does that to damage too.
Okay, so one more to each of those.
Yep. Yeah, you kill him outright. So. Okay. All right. Do anything else?
The bonus action. Nope.
All right.
Done.
All right, Kino.
All right, I'm going to move 30 feet up. I actually
Yep.
don't know
2,
exactly
3,
where in the
4,
grouping I
5,
am.
6. The closest. Yep. Yep. Anything else though?
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. From there, would I be able to, if I do something that has a 30-foot radius, would I hit
Yes.
everyone?
Yeah, you're in range of so 5, 10, 15. Yeah, 30 is in the middle there.
All right, so from the top of the stairs,
Yep.
I'm just going to let out a scream, and my eyes are going to flare, and it's going to get that resonance to it, and every single.
Oh, I'm sorry. So is it a 30-foot range from where you're standing?
Yes.
So this is what you would hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 20, 25, 30. So you have all of this here.
Like the whole room.
Yeah, that's true, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, the only thing that doesn't get affected is this one little creature here. Everything else would.
That's fine. I'll
Yep.
still do it. So I'm going to
Yep.
do that, and everyone has to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw,
All right.
or be frightened of me.
Yep. Okay, one passed. One got a nat 20. Fail. Wow, I got 2 nat 20s. These are the 2 here. Succeed. Fail. Fail. Schedule this. Fail. Okay, succeed. Fail. Fail. All right. Okay. So only 3 succeeded. It's only this one, this one, this one, and this one that succeeded. All of these guys are terrified of you.
Yeah.
So that means they cannot advance on you. Just remind me what that means again, Kino. They can't advance.
All attacks they make while I'm in line of sight are at disadvantage, even if they're
Yep.
not attacking me. They can't move closer to me,
Yep.
and I believe that's it.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so they just can't move closer to you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. Okay. Anything else?
That's it. I don't think I have any bonus. Yeah, that's it.
What the fuck are you?
All right. All right.
Oh, any worse nightmare.
She's gonna hang back with the defender for now. She's just gonna stand back with the Iron Defender and not get into combat. All right. Now it's the Drukar's turn. They can't do much because they can't advance on Kino. Um, That they cannot move in your direction, right?
They cannot willingly move closer to me.
Yeah, that puts a damper on this. So they're going to. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna put these guys over here in this general area. Um, they are all going to try to. And if they attack you, they get disadvantage, right?
Yeah, if they attack
So they're like
me,
trembling, going through it. That's fine. They'll try
yep.
to attack. So there's two different groups of this. So hold on, I didn't actually do this properly, but hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's fine though. All right, so they're still fighting amongst themselves. Some of them are like now confused. A lot of them do see you as a threat, Kino. So only some of them are going to attack Grin. The other ones are going to try to resolve themselves. Let me do the ones that are killing each other first. So hold on one second.
Yeah, and if they come within
And
10 feet of
this.
me, I get an attack of opportunity.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, that's good to know. That guy. Wow. They missed each other. Okay, so the other. So all right. So as this is what you see, they are so terrified. I just rolled terribly. 1, 1, 3, and 3. Jesus. So they're so terrified, Grin, that they go to like strike each other. 4 of them. This group here that's still fighting. They went to go strike each other and they completely missed. These other two are still terrified. They're gonna take 2 crossbow bolts at you. Let's see if they can even hit you. Nope. One misses. And oh, the other one gets 9. Does that hit?
19.
Yes.
That does hit.
Okay. All right. Hold on one second.
I
Yep.
have a question for Abel.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Abel, my Radiant Glaive has an effect if I'm attacked. Does that only mean melee attack, or does that include a range attack?
Let me go look.
And by the way, it's not a crossbow. They're throwing javelins. I'm an idiot, but they have javelins. Yeah.
I can't look it up on my character.
Oh, what is it, Abel? What's it called?
Radiant weapon.
Radiant weapon.
This is a temporary account, so I can't look into Tasha's.
Yeah, that's fine. That's weird.
Radiant weapon infusion.
Yeah, I see it. So it says that weapon has 4 charges of reaction immediately after being hit by an attack. Any attack, it says, the wielder can expend 1 charge and cause the attacker to be blind until the end of the next turn unless the attacker succeeds on a Constitution saving throw. It does look like you can use it. It just
Use
says attack. So, okay. All right, so they have to roll a Constitution saving throw, DC against your spell save. Grin, I imagine your spell save is 0, right? So it's whatever it is plus 0.
Is it my spell save or is it Abel's spell save?
No, it's your spell save. I believe it's your spell save.
Right, the barbarian spell save.
I
The
believe that's
info
right.
that
I could be wrong. It says the magic
The
weapon
info-
grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it while holding the wielder can take a bonus action to cause it to shed bright light. Oh, it is a 30-foot radius, but they're all in 30 feet, so you're fine. The wielder can extinguish the light as a
well,
bonus
no,
action.
the light is a different thing. This is the reaction immediately.
Oh,
after
you're
being
right.
hit
Yep,
by
the weapon has 4 charges as a reaction immediately after being hit. By an attack, the wielder can expend 1 charge and cause the attacker to be blinded. You're absolutely right. Until the end of the attacker's next turn, unless the attacker succeeds on a Constitution saving throw against your spell save. It does say your spell save, so.
I don't have a spell save.
Oh yeah, you know what? They must mean the artificer, so that's fine.
17.
What's 17? That's good. That's good then. Um, all right, so let's do that. So you want to? Which one do you want to target? The one that
The
just
one
attacked you,
it
obviously.
has
So
to be the one.
yeah,
that
yeah,
has
the
the
only
one.
one you can. What am I saying? Yep. Let's see if he saves. He does not save, so he is blinded. Um, all right. But he does get to roll his damage. Hold on one second. So he's blinded. until his next turn. And he, let's see, what is it? He rolls. Yeah, okay. So let's see how much damage he does. He does 6 points of damage to you with the javelin. Sticks into you.
Cool, cool.
All right. But that's all that they can do. And then it's your turn, Elda, before the lizard things go.
Perfect. How close can I get to this whole ordeal?
You can get, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right here. So you're within 30 feet of the front lines here. One,
All right.
two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, you can attack everything back here to 30 feet.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good. So, which one looks like it's
Per-
not the Duchess's?
It looks like these are the ones defending over here on this side.
All right, I'll go for one of them with a good old Eldritch Blast.
Okay, the one in the front, go for it.
That is a 16 to hit, and it is
16 hits, yeah.
total of 6 force damage for the first,
Okay,
and a 23 to hit,
yep.
and a total of 13 for the second.
13 damage, so 630. Okay, he's doing very poorly. Yep. Anything else?
That's it. Thank you.
All right. So all the lizards saved. So the lizard things. One of them is going to attack you immediately, Grin. It's going to go up to here. You're going to get an opportunity attack.
Cool.
Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and make an attack roll.
12.
All right. Does not hit. 17. Does that hit?
17 does hit me.
All right. It's gonna try to get you with its claws. The next attack hits though. I mean misses. But hold on 1 second.
It also still has disadvantage if it is frightened.
Oh, even if it attacks Gren?
Yeah, any attacks within line
Oh,
of
oh,
sight.
sorry. Hold on. Let me roll the other one. Let's see if it misses.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's why I
they
love
both
frightened.
miss. They both miss. Sorry. Yep. Thanks, Kino. Yeah, both of them end up missing you. Uh, the other raptor over here. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. These aren't terrified though. These are the ones that saved. So it's these three that saved. Sorry about that. All these other guys are terrified. These are not terrified. So it does. The first one does hit you for 8 points of damage.
Okay, then I'm going to use another charge on the glaive.
Okay. Yep. You can. No, this is particularly bad at this. So hold on. Ooh. It did make the spell save. I rolled an 18. It did make the spell save, so it's not blinded. The
He's
next
got glasses on.
Yeah, the next raptor is gonna come up to you too, since you're the closest, and it's gonna also try to attack you twice. Let's see. It misses you. The first attack misses you. Second attack, crits you. Oh, so it does. The second attack crits you for 15 points of damage, slashing through you.
Did I get another? Oh no, I'm sorry. I only have one reaction.
Yeah, yeah.
You said
Um,
15.
15 points of damage. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. It's also gonna try to attack you. Um, let's see, same thing. Uh, 17 you said hits, right?
17 hits.
Are
Okay.
they all rolling at disadvantage?
No. These are not terrified.
Oh,
None
okay.
of the lizards. They all saved. The other attack does miss though. So 17 hits. Let's see what it is. Oops, wrong one. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Ignore that. Oh, that one only does 6 points of damage though. So 6 more points of damage. The other Drugar, again, so it's the Drugar that all failed. Somehow these guys all saved. So, all right, it's I don't know why I have your defender in the thing, Abel. That's wrong. So hold on. We'll ignore that. Honor, it's your turn.
Okay. The Is it a raptor? The raptors?
No, No, they're not actually raptors.
Okay,
That's
well
just the placeholder thing. Yep.
in quotation marks, the raptors, whichever one, the one that crit, basically, I would have seen it done a little bit more damage to Grin than the other one, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that one I'm going to cast. I'm gonna get within 30 feet first off,
Mhm.
and I'm going
Yep.
to cast Earthen Grasp on it.
Yep.
And
Go for
that's a Strength saving throw.
All right. Let's see. It failed.
Okay, so it is restrained.
Yep.
And it takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Okay. And I'm sorry, which one did you say you wanted to target? The last one that hit Grin?
The one that hit critted on him.
Oh yeah, it's this one. Yep. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right, brother, it's your turn.
Well, what year is it?
Yeah, I know.
Brother
Alright,
went
how
into
far am
sleep
I away
mode.
from the little scrum around Grin?
You are definitely within. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get here with 30 feet. You're still short of Grin.
I guess I wouldn't be able to get within melee range, or at least within 5 feet.
No. No, you're with Kino, Abel, Elda, all of them.
You got any healing left?
Are you looking a little rough for the wear?
I'm at 17 out of 75.
You're
he's
fine.
pretty bloodied up. I mean, he's gotten hit a bunch of times by these creatures.
A half damage, too.
That's a good point. I should have been taking half damage.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you did. It was only 15 plus 7. So, you can take the half damage. That's fine. It's
Also, if
slashing
you ever
damage.
have that bonus action left, you should pump up your 10 hit points.
I'm guilty of this too, guys. What we'll do to make this a little quicker too is just go ahead and pre-roll your stuff and think about what you're going to do, and it'll make combat a lot faster. I'm going to do the same. So you're up next, Ibram.
Okay. Am I up
Alright,
now?
No.
You can
Yeah, I'm
do it if you want to now too. Yeah, that's fine. Just read it to me. But yeah.
If I was taking half damage, I'm not quite as bad. So
Okay.
That's alright. I'll still
Okay.
give him a little bit of a bump just in case I'll upcast Cure Wounds at level 2.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. What Abel's going to do
Yep.
is draw his two-handed sword, step forward 1, leap off of there on top of the foremost lizard.
Oh, it was Ibram. I'm sorry. Ibram was up next. Sorry about
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
Sorry about
10
that.
hit
Yep.
points, Grin.
Yep.
cool.
You're close though. It's Grin and then you, Abel. So Ibram, go ahead.
Okay. So I rolled twice.
Yep.
Doing sharpshooter.
Yep. Which one are you attacking? None of the Drugar can. They're all terrified. They can't really do anything right now.
Did the queen say who was her side?
No, she hasn't said a thing. No one's asked her, and she's been like cowering in the
Can I
corner.
use my
She
free
hasn't
action?
even seen inside the room yet.
Can I use my free action to ask her which of her guards are hers?
Yeah, she would look through and peek around real quick, and she would tell you that the defending side is the king's guards, so the other ones must be hers.
Then I'm attacking one of the defenders.
Okay.
Is the Raptors the defenders?
The Raptors do appear to be defenders, yes.
Okay, well then I'm still attacking the Durgar because they're my favorite enemy.
Yep.
I got 1 to hit, 17.
Okay. Yep.
For 18 damage.
Okay. Yep.
The other to hit was a 21.
Yep.
For 21 damage.
Okay. Same. You're attacking the same guy, right?
Yep, and I got a sneak attack for 2 damage. So
all right. You killed him outright. Yeah. So you see that Ibram like
41
shot
damage.
an arrow into his neck, and he died.
Bonus action. I'm going to hide.
And Grin, you're up next. All right, Grin. You got all these
I got 20,
things on you.
26
Yep.
stealth. I'm ducking
Okay,
back
cool.
around the corner.
Yep.
So as a bonus action, I'm going to activate the bright light of my glaive,
Sure.
hoping that because they're Dwargar, right?
Well, the things that's true, but the thing that's the things that are immediately on top of you are not Drugar. But yes,
Yeah, but they're in the room.
absolutely.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it anyway
Yep.
because it looks cool.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
haven't done it yet.
Yep.
And I got a 17 and a 19 to hit.
17 and 19 both hit.
I'm going to hit. Oh, sorry.
That's
I'm
all right.
going for the lizards.
And you're up next, Abel. By the way. Yep.
Yep.
And I'm gonna hit the two kind of in front of me, not the one on my
Sure.
side. So
Sure.
I'm gonna
Yep.
hit one with one with the other. So the
Sure.
one directly in front of me is gonna take 7 magical slashing, and the
Awesome.
other one's
Yep.
gonna take 8 magical slashing.
All right. Yeah, you basically cleave into the one's chest, and it like screams and roars, and you hit the other one as well. They're now both bleeding. Abel, what do you want to do?
All right. Abel's going to draw his two-handed sword. He's going to
Yep.
move forward one and jump out over to the and land on the back ish of
Yep.
the frontmost lizard.
Okay.
He's going to swing twice before he lands.
Yep.
For
Cool.
27 for 17 damage.
All right. 17 damage.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
A second hit at AC 19 for 9.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
right
26.
before he lands, he's going to click his heels as a bonus action and teleport right back where he started.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys see Abel do that, which is pretty impressive. And on top of that, he slices right into the back where there's bone. This one is like doing terribly bad. Abel like really like went into this guy. This raptor's close to death. All right, Kino.
All right, I'm
And
gonna
then he
move.
pops up back behind the candle.
Cool, very cool. Yep.
I'm gonna move up to the frontmost raptor, and then I'm gonna swing with Answerer for an 11 to hit.
11 does not hit. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna swing again with a 26 to hit.
That hits.
14 magical slashing.
Yep, you like cut this thing in half. So Abel has already like cut into him. You find where that wound is, and you go all the way through. And by the way, you can hear Answer in your mind as you kill this thing. You can hear it in your mind saying "finally" as you kill this thing outright.
Does
I
it
feel the same way.
does it seem like it's like if it attacks allies, it has the same? It's like the enemies don't have to because it was upset that I was attacking things that didn't attack me. If it's like
Yeah.
attacking friends, is that all right?
You get the impression that it's happy with whatever you did. So
Okay, perfect.
yep.
It wasn't 14 because for some reason it still has the +3 damage stat on it. It would be 12.
That's still fine. You still killed it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. The Drugar woman is not going to do anything. Now we have all these Drugar. So they're still so terrified they're not going to attack you. They're actually just going to attack you at disadvantage.
I'm also going to move just 5 more feet up, so I'm right next to
Yeah.
that raptor.
Okay, that's fine. Yep. I'm going to do it for all of them. So, surprisingly, they do actually hit with disadvantage the other Drugar, and they outnumber them. So let me do the damage real quick. Oops. Ignore this. Ignore all that. Wow. Okay, so they actually are able to kill one of them, and one of them is still alive. And that's all for them. All right, Elda, it's your turn.
All right, so she's gonna go for the raptors. Does a 12 hit?
No, does not hit.
All right. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
All right, that does 14 magical force damage.
Okay. Yeah, you slam into this raptor. I assume it's the one right in front of you. And they like this one's surprised that it took the damage. It's actually going to run at you. Grin, you get an opportunity attack. Grin, you there?
17 to hit.
That hits. Yep.
12 magical slashing.
Awesome. Yeah, so Grin like takes its like belly out from underneath it. It's like bleeding horribly. It's still gonna try to attack you, Elda. But it's like this thing is near death. 10 does not hit you, does it?
No, it does not.
Okay, all right. Let's see if it does. The second one. Oh, they both miss. It's hurt so badly that it can't get through to you. Grin, this one does something you've never seen before. It basically regurgitates this like acid like stuff at you. All you have to do is give me a Constitution saving throw. It's like literally spitting acid and all this other like stuff all over you.
20.
If I see it
20
attack,
no you it basically like the acid goes through to try to get to you and it misses you completely. Go ahead.
if I see it attack Grin, I'm gonna spend my reaction to make a melee attack on it
You can. Yep,
with
you can.
Sentinel.
Yep, go for it. um but it does
11.
try, but it doesn't get to you, Grin.
11 misses.
Yep. All right, that's all I can do. So Henri, it's your turn.
Sorry, I would have prepared this in advance, but I need the one of the raptors would have actually had to have made it a strength save to get out of the. It still would have been in
Oh,
the.
it's that one anyway. Well, actually, no. It's not. Elda, you might have to take the damage. So let's see if I make the save. If I make the save, then. But when I make the save, don't I, isn't that my turn
That's your
anyway?
action, yeah.
Yeah. So no, it didn't make the save. Elda, erase what I did. Don't worry about that. So
Yay.
Sorry,
all
my
right.
bad.
No, it's okay. I should have remembered. All right. So what would you like to do, Henri?
It failed the save.
Yeah, it failed. It's still there.
Okay, then I'm going to use my action to cause it to take another 2d6 bludgeoning.
Okay. Yep. Go for it.
5 points.
Okay. Yep. All right, brother.
All right, so
You are now within range to melee them if you wanted to.
all right, I'm gonna get in the middle of as many of them as I can within a 5 foot distance of each.
Yep. Yep.
Let's see here. Actually, I'd say move me around to the other side of the raptors. As long as I'm gonna actually to the
Oh, like here?
yeah, to like the left of the grin and one spot up.
Well, so left of the grin and one spot up is here. Only thing is that you only get one that way if it's 5 foot, right?
No, I get as many within a 5 foot radius.
Yeah, I don't know if the stream is cut up. Wouldn't that just be this one here? If it's like this, wouldn't you rather be here to get both? And we'll let it go through because you would get both in this where I'm standing. You right
Yeah. So if I went there, yeah, I'll do both, I guess.
now.
As
Okay.
long as I'm within 5 feet now, I will invoke my word of radiance.
Yep.
And that's gonna be con saves from both of them.
All right. All right. So the first one I got a fail. I got a 2, which is 5. Second one I got 11. Does 11 fail?
Yeah, it's gotta meet a 15.
Cool.
They both take 6 points of damage.
All right. Brother kills one with this radiant effect. Dies in front of you. All right. Ibram,
Oh,
it's your
nice.
turn.
And just out of curiosity, do I have any
Oh.
movement to back away?
Yeah, you can back away.
Yeah, I will.
If you back away though, you are gonna invoke an opportunity attack on this
Yeah, I'll
guy,
back
'cause-
away. I gotta.
Okay.
I'm not worried.
All right. Cool. Yep. Yeah, he does try to attack you with his claw. He takes it's 19.
Misses.
Okay. Cool. Yep. All right. All right, Ibram, it's your turn.
All right. One of the defending Durgar, I shot a
Yep.
bow at. Shot at.
Yes. Yep.
Natural 20 to hit.
Okay.
So that's a 30 to hit. It's a after all the reductions, that's a 25 to hit.
Yep.
So max damage is going to be 39 plus one.
Yeah. So you
So
killed him.
40
You
damage.
killed him with that attack. Yep.
Yeah, 40. Yep. So
Yep.
and I rolled stealth. I rolled a natural 1 plus 9 for a 10.
That's fine. Yep.
So I tried to go into stealth, but
Yep.
I probably don't because it was
Yep.
a 10.
Yep. All right, Gren. Do you anything else? So so all the defenders are dead. This is the last defender. This creature here.
3 for 3.
Yep. There are still 3 Durgar alive, but those are the attackers. So
Okay. So the lizard in front of me is still alive.
Yes.
Okay, the first hit on it is in where is it? Here we go. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that
8
hits.
magical slashing.
Okay.
Does that kill it?
Not yet.
All right, then it's going to take another 23 to hit and
Yep.
7 magical slashing.
That does this. That so Grin like cuts it right in its like jugular, and it starts bleeding and dies right in front of him.
And then he's going to move to within 10 feet of the nearest Dwergar.
Okay. Yep.
Basically,
These
just
guys are
start,
terrified. Yep. These guys
stepping
are.
over the dead lizard.
Yep. All these guys are still terrified of Kino. I failed the save, so. All right. Okay. So what do you guys want to do? There are 3 terrified Drugar. She come into the room as well. Once all the combat's done. But it's up to you guys on what you want to do with these Drugar. She does explain to you that these are her people, though. As she walks in, they are utterly shocked to see her as well, and they kind of like relax.
I would get a turn before she has a round to tell us that
Yeah, yeah, you would
they're
you would
men,
you would
right?
get a turn before that. Yep.
Yeah, I would take
Okay.
two attacks against. Or I mean, also I don't want to jump
That
a.
was what I was going to ask. Had they been fighting us?
No, they haven't hit you yet, but you're not. Here's the thing: they haven't fought you, but they've also been
Okay.
terrified.
In that case, then I ran up to 1 and did. Does 18 hit?
Yes, it does. Yep.
So I do 15 and 13.
15 and 13 points of damage. So
Yep.
you kill one outright. Yep.
And then pop back 15 feet.
Okay. Yep.
Kill them all.
Yep.
So back off the stage,
Yep.
basically.
1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4. Yep. Yep.
And Chris, you didn't move me closer to any Dwergar.
Yeah. 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 Here. Here. Yep.
Actually, yeah, Abel should be right at the foot of the steps.
Oh, you're going back 15 feet. I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
All right,
All right. And
I'm
then
go-
you get 1 attack too, Kino, before she says anything.
all right. I do have 2 attacks, so I'm going to take my second
Yep.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I mean, I meant a turn. Yeah. Yep. Go for it. What did you get on
Well,
your first one?
nat 1 on the first one, and a 4
Okay.
plus 1 is 5. So 2
Okay.
misses.
Yeah. All right.
Unfortunate.
She actually will not come in. So here's the thing: if you guys are not stopping combat, she wouldn't come in anyway. So
Yeah, I'm just going to keep going.
yeah, that's fine.
I'm in a rage.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
have not heard anything in character yet, so.
Yeah. 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 That's fine. I mean, if that's the case, if that's, does everybody want to continue? Because they're gonna try to attack these other 2. If that's the case.
We
Yeah.
I'm
can
just going to keep
continue.
swinging until they hit the ground.
I think Abram's the only one that asked,
Yeah. All right.
and he's not saying nothing.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, they're terrified. I don't even think they can get damage. Let me just roll to see if they can even hit you
I mean,
guys. If they
unless you
can't,
told us
Are
a way
they,
to tell them apart, Stugar to me.
Well, she didn't say
Yeah.
any way to tell them
she
apart.
she didn't
just went-
she didn't
She
yet.
just
And
pointed. She pointed at him, which
let's see if the other one
are
can
they
even hit you
also being
guys.
blinded by my glaive?
They are, and they're at disadvantage. It's yeah, they can't even hit you. So these guys can't even fight. They really can't even fight back. So if you guys just kill them, you can.
fuck it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys also like you see Kino and Grin finish them off with like other people firing at them. And they die. And then she's gonna after the combat's over, she'll come in and she'll look at everyone and she'll be like, "Oh, you also killed my people though."
No.
Which ones were yours?
Which one
She shows you. She points over to the 4 that were trying to advance.
Sorry about that.
Well,
do I
Yeah.
notice anything different about those ones from the others?
The only thing that you can discern about them, there's no like they're not like wearing any kind of like insignia or anything like that. She can tell because she knows all of them, but there would be no way to tell the 2 apart.
When the combat stops and Grin comes out of his rage, he's gonna turn the light off of his glaive. He's gonna,
Okay. Yep.
So
Hey,
what is he
guys.
gonna clap his hands?
Clapper.
I was also very at those last 3. I made sure to like make them ugly, painful kills, like twisting the sword.
Yeah, you guys would have seen that with Kino.
Like they were not clean, nice kills.
And
So this room does have
you
a
hear
bunch
like
of dead Drogar in it. Surprisingly, there's no like you. The first thing you notice in this room, there's no runes or anything. This room is safe from all that.
Should we make
It's
our
like
own? Just like,
yeah. So, uh,
where to now, Your Highness?
yeah. So she goes through and she starts looking and she's like, there's actually she actually gives you a secret passageway. So she walks over to this area here. She says, "There's a shortcut through this area." And what she does is she like steps on top of this like pedestal here, and there's a small button that she presses, and she is able to get through this area here, um, where we can just basically pass on. There's just a hallway and some other stuff over there, but she like ushers like everybody to come through and move forward. Do you guys follow her?
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
Okay, so
Grin is eager
all
to
right,
get to the next room that he can kill a bunch of people in.
yep. So you guys
You
go
know,
through
like,
here. Yeah.
taking loose coins off the bodies.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
Henri's gonna be picking up the javelins,
Was
and
Okay.
there
she's going to present them to Grin.
So there's javelins. So there's javelins. They all have heavy maces, and they're wearing chainmail.
She only
How
cares about
many
the
javelins?
javelins, just the javelins.
Yep.
was there anything in that coffin looking thing back there?
This is actually a pedestal. It's just badly wrapped. This is like a
Oh, okay.
pedestal. It's like a thing that you would put like a. It's like almost like a shelf, where you would put like maybe like it's possible rituals were done here, but it's not a coffin. It's just bad.
Okay.
How many
Dais.
javelins?
How? What is the javelins?
How many
How
javelins
many?
does he get?
They had seven. They had seven on them total from what they didn't throw at you.
God, just
So seven
tiny
total.
small human carrying 7 javelins towards the barbarian.
You're
Grin's
like a
gonna give her
squire.
It's like
Grin's gonna give her
firewood.
a very bloody pat on the head.
Yep.
Oh, we could get Henri covered in blood. Hold on.
Now her hair is colored purple.
Yeah, Purple Club.
He's like dripping with blood up to his elbows.
Yeah, so now Ani just has blood dripping down her hair.
All right.
I
Looks
So
like
it
this
makes it
group.
look like she has like a head wound.
Yeah,
as you
guys
guys
are all
cross
right.
into this secret passageway, brother, one of the things that you notice as you go through immediately is that these statues are not of uh, the deep drawer anymore at all. These are statues of Asmodeus.
I'll point that out to the rest of the group.
Oh, look at that. Maybe it was something the king released that slaughtered all these
Who's
people.
Asmodeus?
The other thing too, when you start to look at it more closely, uh, brother, you would be able to kind of like get this through. Though the statues were glamored. There's no glamour on them anymore. These have always been statues of Asmodeus. It looks like.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna turn to the queen and go, mind explaining this?
She looks at you and she's like those were she's like so my husband is like that's one of the reasons why my husband is doing this entire crusade. He is doing it in a fervent belief that his goddess is telling him to essentially like take over the world, and I know for sure that these statues were not of whatever that is.
Okay, well,
I don't know what's happened. She has no idea. It seems like she's being honest.
who's the goddess that he's trying to worship?
He said it's a goddess of the underdark. She said, I'm not sure that you would like ever know who this is, but she said that she's basically like
Try me.
yeah. So she goes through and she explains to you that it's Deep Dura, which
Hmm.
is so Deep Dura is this goddess of essentially like rebellion and conquest and expansion. There's an old story of where this woman essentially ended up like not only freeing herself when the Drugar were originally enslaved and ascending to godhood, And this was like in ancient times before Loth even like basically ran the Underdark. But she also went through and she like was part of like the original like stories of the Chained Under God where he was making things and she like helped him get through this. So anyway, she's a decently important goddess in their culture. Not a lot of Drugar worship her because she's also known as like an insane woman, and a lot of them don't like respect her as a deity because of that. Because her stories are of like rash decisions, and first of all, also world expansion is a huge taboo in Drugar society. He firmly believed, at least he was telling everyone he had heard her in a dream and that he was to be like her next avatar, and that's the reason why they were doing this invasion. She even said she doesn't even know who the statue is. You obviously know, brother, but she has no idea who this is.
Also, Chris, did you say that there was purple markings on the Durgar we just fought?
Purple markings on the beasts, the lizard things. Yes. Yeah, if you go back and look though, it looks like they're so if you look at them, it doesn't they're not an infernal and there's no it doesn't look like it looks like there's some kind of like powered up tattoos maybe, but they don't look like they have anything to do with demons or anything like that.
I'm just gonna call Abel over.
Yeah, you can do an arcana check on them, Abel.
Okay.
Do I
Uh,
feel that the queen is saying as much as she knows?
Go ahead and make an insight check on her.
Abel, I'm gonna aid you.
You're gonna aid me.
Yeah, I'll just help you like look at
Ignore
all the
this
bodies.
roll and I'll see what I roll.
I felt some sarcasm in that.
Oh yeah,
You're
so
gonna
you're gonna get
outrage me?
whatever. So go ahead.
22.
What's your insight check? And what's your
20.
insight check, brother? Real quick.
That would be a 12.
Yeah, it does appear like she rolled a 1, so it does appear like everything she's saying is truthful and she's being forthright. Um, so 22. The only thing that you can decipher from this is that these are runes, like tattoo runes. You've heard about these things from Chult. These creatures are from Chult themselves. You
Okay.
think now that you've seen the runes, then how they're doing it. These are some kind of control runes. You just don't know how they work or anything. But these are like
Okay.
some kind of lizard Chult things.
I guess they bind the creatures to their service somehow, or mark them as their own with these magically.
You want to take one?
You'd have to cut it out of the skin. They're tattoos.
Pull out.
Yeah.
I pull out the sword. The offer still stands.
And so brother, not only is she being forthright, but she looks surprised. She asks you she knows if you know who this is.
I'll just nod slowly.
Chris, would I know?
Yeah, you would know who Asmodeus is as well.
Okay.
I can give you a little bit of rundown on it as well. Just do a religion check to see how much we know about Asmodeus.
I'm gonna try it as well if that's all right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's about right. 16.
Okay. He's a greater devil.
I'm gonna give a flash of genius
Okay.
for +5.
+5. Yep.
I like. Isn't that the one in Infernal they call her such and such, or you know?
Yeah. And how much did you give? How much did you give?
+5.
+5, so
+5.
21, Kino.
You know.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so Kino, so Asmodeus is uh is the ruler of all devils. He's the main devil in the Blood War. He's basically the lord of the ninth and overlord of the nine hells as a whole. He's like the one you definitely do not want to mess with. Um, you're a little shocked that he would even care or ever like give a damn about some random Drugar in this thing, but he's at the very top of the like overarchy. He's also known as being exceptionally cruel. He is incredibly ambitious. He's the only deity in all of the Blood War that's ever actually made a significant dent. Even though it always goes back and forth, Asmodeus has gotten the closest to winning. Um, uh, he is also a lawful evil deity, by the way. Um, uh, but outside of that, because I mean, you don't like have any like way to like get into Avernus. You don't know any of the other personal things. What'd you end up rolling, brother?
I think I rolled the 9.
Okay. Um, the only other thing that you would get with this is that he's one of those like devils that supposedly is like immune to like all damage. Like he's supposedly invincible, supposedly. But that's it. But he is the main he's the main devil in the Blood War. So you're surprised. You're definitely surprised. Um, but anyway.
No, I'm not with him. I whispered to brother.
So quick to say that.
Yeah, well, you seem to jump to a lot of conclusions.
So, so surprisingly, you don't hear the sounds of combat right off the bat when you get through here. And then as you walk over into this area here, you notice that there are all kinds of runes glowing all over the walls. They are all written in Infernal. They look nothing like the blood that you've seen. The whole like area is just bathed in just these infernal written runes.
This is much more professional work in here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so bright that it literally lights up the hallways. The hallways are now a glowing red of runes all over. If you want to, you can make an Arcana check, but this is a very large, like spell or ritual, and it's literally not just this room, but it extends all the way into the chamber here. So it's going to take a little bit of time. But if anybody wants to try to figure it out, they can.
Only a 15.
Okay.
6.
19 for brother.
All right. So Abel, you're not sure, brother. This is some kind of ritual that is attempting to either bring this pieces of the citadel into hell or maybe pieces of hell into the citadel itself. Some kind of like that it's trying to use the gateway as a door. Now, only other thing that you would gain from this is the only way to get this to work again is through sacrifice and death and blood and destruction. Now, the other thing that you do understand with these rituals too is that they are somehow also tied to a larger area. So this is probably not the only site that these rituals exist in. And you get the impression that so throughout all this thing, there's all these like calculations of death and destruction, and each one in Infernal, each town from 10 towns is also written intermediately as you go through this entire thing into this like larger ritual. Each town has it's essentially like highlighted through this, and they're all connected. So in Infernal, you get like for instance Tourmaline and East Haven and all of that stuff. So this must be connected to the dragon town.
Do the towns that we know the dragon has already been to, do the representations of those towns look any different than the others?
That is a good question. It doesn't appear that way. It doesn't look like this actually has any kind of like. It doesn't look like there's a way to like basically see if like enough death has happened per town to unlock this or whatever. But for all you know, the death in the citadel itself is also fulfilling this. It's a very complicated, very large, like. What's confusing matters as well is that this does not look anything like. I mean, it's certainly powered by the same thing, death and destruction, but it doesn't look much like what was happening with the Chain Devil. But it's similar in the sense that that's how it's powered.
Will we try to deface these ones?
Probably not.
That
Time
would
to
probably
take
be a
more
bad
damage.
idea. We might need to move a little bit quicker.
Yeah, Grin's gonna charge ahead.
Henri, do you
Okay.
want to try and dispel these runes?
All right.
I would love to. Unfortunately, I can't even make the attempt.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's guys. It doesn't. It's 11 o'clock anyway. You guys are very close to the throne room now. By the way, she explains that the throne room is just advanced, like over in this direction here. But
Mhm.
this was all good stuff. So many different possibilities here. You'll see. So many possibilities. Now that you guys have at least seen what's going on, I'm actually glad that you chose to come back, because all this would have happened and you would have never even seen it. So
Yeah.
that part's good stuff.
And
Yeah.
At the
it was
same time, go ahead.
I was gonna say it was just so great to see our combat dynamic again.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There'll be a lot more combat, you'll see. And the other thing is that uh you've definitely changed this dramatically. For me, it's fun because this is like not even remotely how it's supposed to go down. So this is good stuff. So
You mean you're not supposed to release a chain devil into Sunblight?
yeah, so much. There's so many things. I can't tell you because it'll end up spoiling it, because there's a decent payoff in the next session. But it's yeah, you guys have, yeah. Not only that, you have to understand, a lot of people in the module don't ever go back to Sunblight. A lot of people in the module also, like a very common thing is to just basically like pick a town and stay there and wait for the dragon to come. So this is like like it's I love the fact that you guys chose like very non-standard things, because a lot of this gets basically like, like a lot of confusing things happen if you don't get to see the behind the scenes. I'll put it that way. So
You,
Yeah.
you understand that Abel will not leave this area until he knows what's up with the spaceship or whatever.
oh yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. You guys haven't even hit the Nautilus. Wait
Above
till you
all
see how
things,
that's
we
connected.
want
Yeah,
the Nautilus.
the
Yeah.
the best
He's
part,
not
the
returning
best
any
part is you
major
haven't even gotten to
details.
the connection of all that stuff either. Like there's, yeah, it's this will be good. So there's connections to all of it. Yeah, it's fascinating the way that they put this together. But this in particular is great because of the randomness of Kino. Like it's so
What?
good. No, something very very specific in here that talks about what's going on, and the fact that yeah, it's awesome. This is good stuff.
I'm
Does it
trying to be.
account for a chain devil in the book?
No,
There's
they don't
there's a
account
little
for
side note.
anything coming from Avernus in the book. It's so good. It's so good. And honestly, there's a lot of different things that book can summon. It does not have to summon something on Asmodeus' side, more or less. And also, it doesn't have to be a devil. And like, there's so many things that could happen. But Kino's like throwing like this crazy, like random variable into it that does change things pretty substantially. So,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I'm trying to be less random.
No, it's good. This is good. So,
I'm I'm biting my tongue trying not to kill the queen immediately. I know we're supposed. Yeah.
Same.
but
I'm
yeah,
trying to play nice.
we'll pick up through this. And like I said, I mean, it could, this whole thing could have gone so differently. Like it's, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
But yeah, so everyone knows. So the alternates, there's like three or
Yeah.
four like main alternate things. Obviously, one of them is just pick a town, wait for the dragon to come through. I don't want to spoil to you yet why the dragon didn't stay or whatever. You guys will see. But the other thing is that there's other things too that are like written within it that are also like pretty straightforward. Like for instance, you could also have decided, instead of like doing any of that and going through it, you could have decided to never leave. And if you had never left, like an entirely different situation happens, because you have to understand, like hurting the dragon the way that you did, and you substantially hurt the dragon, changes the entire module. Like, matter of fact, it very substantially changes the entire module. So that's the other thing. Like, it's supposed, the module is written for it to, like, you come down, have your one attack, and a lot. By the way, a lot of it is also set up to where, like, if you're not using the entire complexity, it's just like one fight and you fight it. The dragon always lands and it goes through. But if you use the whole chapter, which is how it's like written, um, most people do leave to, like, obviously go to save the town. They go through. By the way, you're not even allowed to teleport. So basically, you take your 4 hours to get there. Half the towns are destroyed. Um, and then you have a fight that's like a siege battle, because you just choose, like, pick one area and go through it. All that changes super 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 dramatically when you damage the creature in the first town, because even in the module there is a way to, like, basically do that. It's just you have to get really lucky, and there's like other things that happen to get to the very first town, um, which is what you guys essentially did. You damaged it and you got there quickly. So that combined with everything else, combined with the fact that the he is obviously worshiping Asmodeus. On top of that, the fact that Kino was able to summon something from the Nine Hells into it very much fits within a very complex portion of the module. So, I mean, for me, this is obviously awesome. Hopefully, this you'll start understanding it and getting a much bigger payoff in the next session. But um, that's good stuff. So,
So we get the
Chris, we've
good
told you
end.
before to temper your expectations of us. I don't want to hear another 3 sessions of, man, I really thought you guys would get farther.
no. This was fine. I mean, to be honest, I kind of expected that it was. This is super hard. You have to understand. This whole module is not easy. Like it gives you a ton of stuff that just kind of suck. Like you saw, the Drugar already have set up this crazy ass ambush. So it kind of sucks in that regard. Like you get in, and the Drugar are kind of just slaughtering people anyway. So this is what I expected because honestly, it's you had really tough decisions to make. It was actually a very tough decision to come back here. You could have easily just helped the refugees, by the way. That's another very obvious thing. That's another part of the whole module. There's a whole thing about helping the refugees out. I mean, that's what a lot of people also choose. So
Us
you guys had a
punk
really tough
refugees?
decision.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I brought it up, but like it wasn't necessarily a strong motivation for Abel.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
Could
groups
have
decide to help the refugees, obviously, because that's like the. But
you go there and
But the problem is, of course, if you help the refugees and go through it, then you just have to let what happens here happen. So
yeah.
the other thing. But no, I expected this one to be tough because again, you've got a lot of really hard decisions, and there's not an easy way to like stop the dragon because it's like got this flight path, and so yeah, it was tough. This was definitely tough.
So our book started glowing, right?
Oh, you know what? Yes, I told myself on the next combat, even though it's not a milestone, you guys have done enough. You guys, your books do start glowing. That's a good point, Andre. I was actually going to mention that next session, but let's do it now. So if you guys do, here's the thing: you're in another tough spot. If your books are like ready, I don't think that means that you necessarily level before you get into the throne room, unless you guys explicitly decide to take your 8 hours. If you want to take your 8 hours, of course you can. But yes, you're ready to level.
I seriously doubt that everybody's going to want to take the 8 hours before the big fight.
Yeah,
Well,
even though I'm
That's a tough
pretty much
decision.
tapped, I don't really
yeah,
wanna
I'm
I don't
pretty
wanna take it.
strapped.
I am too,
Yeah.
but like I just don't want to know what would happen if we like popped into our books for 8 hours and then we came out and like 8 hours of stuff had happened without us. Like
We,
Yeah.
yeah, we've gotten so lucky with getting as far as we have and the time we have that I don't want to trip right in front of the finish line by waiting 8 hours. Even though like I'm very much out of stuff, I think we can do it. I think.
I hope.
I think we can scrape together enough resources to do it.
Yeah, we got the power of hell on our side. We could do it.
The power of God and anime on ours.
Hell
And
yeah.
also, just keep in mind too, like I actually really like this module. This is like literally the fucking beginning. Like this is not even we haven't even scratched the surface of this thing. So that's the other thing that's
Oh,
nice about this.
good.
Yeah, this is literally the beginning. Like you would think like the dragon fight is like the penultimate thing. No. It's like the very, 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 very beginning of this whole thing. Which is why I was surprised, Gage, that they actually like went out of their way to create like a really nice model for this thing and everything, which is awesome. The model is amazing, but like it is like not even remotely the most important thing in this thing, and not even it happens like right in the beginning. So,
Yeah,
but it's a cool model though. It's a
we
really
got
cool
way
model.
worse coming our way.
Yeah. But yeah,
There's
this
also
is literally just the beginning.
a
It's not
model
even.
to use in
Yeah.
other stuff. You know.
Yeah. This is literally the third chapter, and
They
there's
just
many
made the model
chapters.
because in 3, 4, or 5 years, when people think of Icewind Dale, they're going to think of that dragon.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
is the most iconic thing I think that they created with this, and the model's awesome. Don't get me wrong, the model's awesome. I actually wish they even beefed up the dragon a little bit, but they could have. I kind of hoped that it would be like there is actually. I gotta be honest. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm sure you know about it, Gage, since you've read this module. There is another more awesome model that they did, and that does come later. The only thing that's interesting is you don't even necessarily fight that one, but
you don't
but
have
there's
to,
other things. Yeah, there's
but
other
you
things
should.
that yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gage actually name dropped it the other session.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. But
Maybe. But
but
Yep,
that
that
just
character.
full on said the name.
that is a really nice model, by the way. I would argue that's even nicer than the Charlotte Dragon
Hey,
model. But,
Chris,
Definitely
I
didn't
have
make me curious so that I went and Googled it and then kicked myself. So thank you.
Chris,
yep.
the Queen's Dragon. How big was that?
As big as a house cat.
Because okay, it's tiny. Okay,
Yeah, it's small. Yeah.
Able, no
I was just
touching.
trying to imagine how many parts that was.
Oh, it's only broken in 3 different places, so it's not like it's like all over the place. You can you'll absolutely be able to fuse this together. Whether you can animate it, you'll have to find out.
Well, I figure even if I can't make it normal, I can make it.
You
Use
could
it for something.
clockwork it too, of course. Yeah. You could
Yeah.
totally build a clockwork mechanism inside this and like probably fool her with it. Yeah.
Chardolin armor for Butterball. How does that sound?
Mm, yeah.
Corrupt
Yeah, that sounds like a
Butterball.
great idea, Henri. You should
I
definitely do that. It
wow.
would include. It would.
When
It
even
would definitely.
Chris
Wow.
says that.
That
Yeah.
reaction.
I cannot believe that reaction.
Yeah.
That's
It,
awesome.
it would. It would give you like a ton of AC. It'd be fine.
Yeah, it won't corrupt you at all. It won't
Yeah.
drive Butterball mad.
Yeah. Especially the only pseudo dragon that actually already has like an attitude and stuff. That'd be great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what
Yeah,
could go
Abel's
wrong?
like it's already kind of evil anyway.
It's definitely the most proud of all the pseudo dragons for sure.
Yeah.
But it's definitely grown on Henri too. It's that's one thing that you've noticed, Henri, that I haven't really been like. We'll do more of that as we go. But the pseudo dragon is absolutely like not only warming up to you, but bonding to you more and more. Especially as it goes through combat and it sees that you're not only protecting it, but also
Sorry.
that it's actually like wanted. Like it will start bonding to you over all this.
Literally the only part of the campaign that I care about from now on, you guys.
But
I just have to get that dice back.
What about Henri getting head pats though?
But because we have so many
That's a
people,
tough
and I'm going to
decision.
start doing this too, the one thing that we will do, especially when we have a lot more varied combat, which may be coming up, is we'll just pre-roll everything. We'll pre-roll all of it. It's a combination. I do the same thing. Like I slow it down as well. So we're just going to pre-roll everything and go through it, and we'll just go back to back because there will be combat that has like, we're going to be fighting like 6 different monsters or 9 different kinds of monsters sometimes. So
Well,
yeah.
would you want to start using that dice rolling program that they just opened up with D&D Beyond that puts into the campaign log?
I saw so there's an extension. Are you talking about the extension?
Yeah.
Because there is a Tailspire extension. The problem though is that
Oh no, it's not the Tailspire extension. It's on the actual D&D Beyond app and the website as well.
how does
Where
it work?
if you literally just click on like each spell has like the roll under it, you
Yep.
can just click on the roll. It does it through the dice system. The dice system logs it in, I guess, a log in the actual campaign.
Okay, yeah.
I know
That
it works
works.
really well.
As long
I
as you
don't know.
guys can read it back to me, that's perfect. Yeah, that's good.
Will it dump into Discord or whatever?
I don't know if it dumps into Discord, but
I don't think it does. But there is an actual Tailspire. So they just built a Tailspire extension. The problem is you need your own. So in order for it to work, we all need our own copy. But I was so freaking happy. That will work. So Tailspire is going to count as a virtual tabletop, and it's literally just a Chrome extension. So you put it in. You have to tell it the client, and then you are able to roll in D&D Beyond, and it does show up in Tailspire. But it will not
nice.
work for us right now. Yeah, it sucks that it won't work for us currently, but yeah. But yeah, no more Avre nonsense. We'll just be able to click once that's all
Yeah,
done.
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Though who knows? By the end of the year, we might be actually rolling dice.
Yeah, that
Fingers
would be good
crossed.
too. Yep.
God knows we've been out collecting.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
You're welcome.
Sitting next to like 4 sets of Kraken dice, new ones.
That's all.
He's just wearing like a Kraken like t-shirt and a hat, and he's sipping out of like a Kraken cup.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to buy anymore. There's only one set of dice that I want. That's probably never fucking coming out. But there are these amazing dice that were supposed to come out 4 years ago that have been on and off on crowdfunding things that they've always canceled. They're essentially dice that work with an app that not only are fucking amazing looking, they actually look like they have like metal overlays, wood overlays, they have ceramic, bone, whatever, but the inside of them is this really complicated LED system where they have like runes that glow or the numbers glow or whatever, and when you roll them, it actually knows what side they land on, and it just funnels up into an app. You can actually there's an API that you can put into any game you want. They're freaking amazing, but they'll probably never come out. So
That sounds rad.
That's awesome.
they look They look freaking amazing.
Wow.
They look like
I
magic
wonder how
dice. I forget their name, but they literally look like magic dice. Like they actually did one in the thing of like the script from Lord of the Rings on the One Ring. It looks perfect. Like it looks so freaking good. And the LED system they have inside of it will like pulse or like look like it's on fire. Like the dice are freaking amazing. But again, they may never come out.
How big are these dice?
They're not. They're tiny. Here, let me see if I can find the link. They're freaking amazing. They're the size of normal dice. That's why they haven't come out, by the way, because
That's
the technology is
crazy.